Oh, we're hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the pigs try to get at you, drop it like it's hot.
When was the last time we had an episode all together?
About a year ago.
No, for real though.
It's been a year.
No, it hasn't. It was when Jade's mom was here.
Oh.
We had that deep talk about education.
Oh,
United States.
You were
and
here
all the
for that.
problems.
I forgot about that.
I was here. They can't see us, I don't think.
What's happening?
Our producer, he's
we're back.
back.
We're
We're
back.
so back.
So you could
Don't ever doubt the producer and the host, the main host, the
host with the most.
Jay Mizra. Give it up to my right. Jay Mizra, everybody. All right.
Do you want some water?
Is my mic live?
Yeah, it is. We made sure it was live.
Except I don't
Hello?
sound like I can hear myself very
Two
well.
spots over to the right from
Jeez,
me.
you're loud.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
2 spots over to the right from me.
Let's turn this.
That's
how
me.
Many times
I'll
this
let him
song did it
introduce
play?
himself.
My name
Oh
is Will.
yeah, the energy in the room is just electric.
I like it when we haven't done an episode for a while because I feel like we come in super hot and like really happy and excited to be on the show.
Because we have a lot to share because we're oversharers.
What?
What?
Why is this so loud?
What do you mean we have a lot to share because we're oversharers?
Because it's been a while since the last time we've done a thing, and so then there's a lot that's happened in a week.
Yeah, but what's an oversharer?
Welcome back to another episode of Who Invited Will. I'm your host Jay. To my right and your left is Will.
Hi.
To my left and your right is Neil.
Boys. It's good to be back with the boys. Does tacos look phenomenal?
Yeah, I'm
Happy-
breaking the fast.
Well done. How
Ram-
much longer do you have with Ramadan?
Just a little over halfway done.
Really?
So, yeah.
Gosh, I feel like it's been forever.
So, Bismillah and all that. Guys,
Alhamdulillah.
carry the show. How you guys been doing? Let's let you guys talk.
Yeah, we were talking. So what's an oversharer?
Somebody who shares.
We
too
tell
much?
too much information?
No, it was just a flippant comment that I happened to say.
I'm gonna mute
Was
so I'm
that-
not eating into the mic. So
Nice. Okay. I was just saying that in general. I don't think we're necessarily oversharers.
I think we share enough. I think we're pretty bubbly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say life of the party, but I think we know how to socialize pretty well and get along with everybody. We're good
Hey, when was the
socializers.
last time you socialized, Neil? I remember socializing at your birthday.
What? You were invited?
Yeah.
Who invited Will?
Oh,
that's the name of the
it's
show.
so funny because I heard it about 50 times
What? That night?
that night.
Really?
People just coming up to me. I was running the beer pong table and make a cup. They're like, "Who invited you?" And then like people would just randomly come up and then people would come up like I haven't seen in years, like old tennis people, and they're like, "Who invited you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah."
That's hilarious.
They thought
That
it was
is
hilarious
so funny.
too. Yeah.
No, I could see how that got old after like the third time. That's funny that happened.
those tennis people really love an open bar. Am I right?
Okay, you know what I learned from that?
There's more than open bars.
Dude, okay, I learned a lot from that party actually. Tennis people like have way different personalities off the tennis court. Like we always hang around each other around the tennis court. I don't really see these people. a lot of these
you're
people.
like 50 feet away from them and you're not talking at all.
What do you mean? Oh, on the court? No, but off the court. We finish the match. You hang
okay,
around the court, talk, hang out, whatever. But you don't see them in like a setting, like
Social setting.
a social setting. And especially, okay, I was thinking that Mile High Spirits had some sort of beer.
They
No.
yeah.
And that was a problem. That became not a
But
problem.
let's give more of a background. So,
Okay.
Neil during
had a
COVID
Oh.
was not able to have his 30th birthday party.
That's right.
And so he got upset about that, rightfully so.
Got upset.
We go.
It got stolen from me,
in-
just like
Yeah.
the election got stolen from Donald Trump.
Exactly.
It's the same kind of thing.
Exact same
We were
thing.
going to take it back.
And
Recount.
2044, but we didn't get it.
No,
So
we
we eventually, so then it goes to the next year. And then Neil was, I don't know what he was doing, but he was like, no, I'm not feeling it this year. Finally, it was
Right.
this year. And he says, you know what? I want to have my dirty 30.
The dirtiest of
So
30s.
you know what I'm going to do? I because I am such a popular person, I know
That was never
people.
said.
I'm you right now.
But I would
so-
never say that. I
Okay.
would never say I'm
Okay.
a popular person, so I invited
Okay,
people.
well, everyone
That's
else
not me.
knows how popular you are. So
Okay,
Neil goes
all right.
out and he has his bunch of golf buddies. One of them happens to own Mile High Spirits.
Shout out Joe.
Shout out Joe in the chat.
Shout out Joe in the chat.
So
Owner of Mile High Spirits,
what,
which happens to be a very big venue in downtown Denver. One of the biggest, I would say,
by
bars.
square footage.
By square footage for sure.
Yes,
For sure.
So him and Uncle Joe worked out a
Me and
deal,
Uncle.
and what Neil did is he put up some money for an open tab.
Well, not an open
or
tab.
a tab,
A certain
He put
tab.
a certain amount on a tab.
Right.
And so
It was open.
it was open.
It ended up
until,
staying out. The tab ran out to about 8:15, and it was supposed to end at 9. The party ended at 9, so it did its job.
So it was
And I'm
quite
gl-
the fiasco. There was Neil.
I wouldn't say
bought-
fiasco.
I
would
would
you call it a
say-
fiasco?
I would call it a fiasco.
How so?
Just because, or bonanza.
It was a
the
bonanza.
experience because. and
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
What?
Hey, Colby.
More of what I'm
Hey,
saying.
Jenny.
Jenny in the chat. More of what I'm saying is the fact that then you also had people. So if people didn't get you gifts, they could contribute towards a pizza fund. So there
Right.
was like 20 different pizzas there.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
There's probably 100 people were invited. I
Close
think
to
it came
80,
probably
85.
80 to 90 were there. We had the bar tab going. We had pizza. We had cake. Shout out Jay, phenomenal cake he got for the party.
Was good
amazing. People donated to Pizza Fund. Shout out them. Shout out to everybody. It was a great party. But I did learn it was at a distillery, Mile High Spirits. So they make their own whiskey and they make their own seltzer now, like a vodka seltzer, I believe.
Yeah, they even have they have like a mule in a can as well.
Yeah.
They have a couple different things.
So I thought, 100 people, if we put a certain amount on the tab, everybody can get a couple drinks, and then that would be good. Well, the tab ended up going for a while. I think Joe actually threw down a little bit too. I'm pretty sure he was buying drinks for some people when he was there. And the
didn't
tab
buy
ended
me a
up
drink.
lasting. The tab ended up lasting till like 8:30. The party started at 5. It was going to go from 5 to 9. And then at 9, it turned into like a club setting where they gave us our own little like VIP area that was roped off, probably
Very
for like
important
15, 20.
person.
Very like 15 for like 15, 20 people, and it became a silent disco with also a DJ playing music. It was quite the scene. And I think because they didn't have like beverages with like 5% alcohol, I think some people got a little bit too.
Yeah. To be fair, you put a lot of money down on that tab.
Well, we
And there was
did.
a
It
lot
was-
of pizza too.
There was a lot of pizza too,
And there was a lot of cake.
No, but that's the way. If you're gonna throw a party and you want to have a big
Yeah,
30,
there
it was
should
a
be-
dirty 30. I always said it needs
Hey,
to be a dirty
happy
30.
30th birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much. And it's the one that COVID stole. We got it back, and that's great. That was awesome. It was a few years later, but
Hey
everyone
guys, you
deserves to
heard
have
him.
that.
COVID is officially over.
It's over. It doesn't exist. Never existed. Never existed. No. So yeah, 30th birthday, amazing. It'll be-
Gabriela, what's up?
30th birthday will be the one that I will never forget.
My name's spelled Jai, but nice to see you. Who's Gabriela Lopez? Is that Gabby?
Okay, but here, hey, I was mingling. I was talking to everybody. Yeah, it's Gabby Lopez. What are your thoughts on the party? Did you
like,
guys
is
have
Gabriella
fun? Did
Gabby?
you have fun?
I can't put-
we
I
didn't
can't
even,
put
I
two
didn't
and
even
two
see you.
together.
I don't think I saw you most of the night.
Dude, I was actually, I feel like I was like event staff.
Why is, I
I
don't want you
wasn't
to feel
drinking,
like that.
I wasn't eating
Well,
because I was
Ramadan.
fasting. And then I just like, I got the pizza, I got the cake set
You
up.
did go get the
I was
pizza.
like making
Shout out you
sure
guys. You guys definitely
everything
helped
was
me
good.
very much.
No,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it though, man. That's
It was hard to run the show. We had wristbands for
it was
people.
enjoyable. And then
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
a story. We need to get to that.
Tita got sick, so we had to leave.
A lot of people got, well, not a lot of, but
yeah, a lot of
people.
people. A lot of people.
I think there was a lot of
overdid it, I would
hangovers.
say,
I
but
think
yeah.
there was a lot of hangovers the next day. Tennis people are crazier than I thought they were gonna be.
She was already feeling under the weather, though. You
Okay,
know what I mean? So
fair
it's
enough.
like, when
Did
you
you-
fast all day, I'm not going to just chug.
Tita. So you guys did you have fun though? Did you think it was
My
a good party? Hey,
favorite-
did you think it was a good party,
It was
Jay?
very fun.
She said, she goes, keep my name out your mouth.
I had a great time. I played some beer pong.
Sorry.
Yeah, you were running the beer pong table, which I
somehow-
never thought that was gonna
I
happen.
didn't either.
Were you on the table all
You
night?
know why? Because he
Yeah,
was there
I
with
lost
he was
two
there with
Justin?
Nate the maniac, dude.
Yeah,
Nate.
Nate's
Nate
a
has
great-
the energy of like 2.5.
A lot of
men.
people talked about Nate actually. Like, hey, you met your friend Nate.
He
So
was
cool.
killing it. Yeah,
He was on fire.
he was on fire. That's the better way to put it. He was
That's
absolutely on
that's
fire.
hilarious.
So
I
we-
never thought that would happen either. I thought
we-
he's to himself.
He was
No,
a
yeah.
wild man.
And he was saying some wild things.
Yeah,
okay.
it was awesome.
So,
Yeah.
He had a
but
great
then,
time, I
so we were doing great on the beer pong table. Gabby in the chat, killing. She's insane at Connect Four. Like,
No, okay.
Okay,
I
you'll just have to do it, but
I would
I-
love. I want to go 1v1.
Gabby,
very, very good.
thanks for the correction there. I appreciate that.
Very good at
Connect
Four.
Okay.
Then the silent Joyce really liked the silent disco.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to. She's never done one of those before, so she liked
We went
that.
to one and it was awesome. Remember that?
Was that at that one bar downtown or that?
Like Native Hotel? No, it wasn't Native.
For
Hotel,
those
but it
of
was
you-
like around.
For those who don't know what a silent disco is, basically you wear headphones like we're wearing here, and there's different channels. There's like a green channel, a red
For
channel.
those of you who don't know what headphones are, that's what we have on right now.
There's a green channel, a red channel, a blue channel. There's like 4 channels or 3 or 4 channels, and you can pick what kind of music you're listening to, and then when you're dancing to it. But if you take off the headphones, you can't hear the music. So when you see somebody else dancing your music, you're dancing with them. It's kind of a unique thing. I didn't know how that was going to go, but I think people liked it who made it through the party till the end, because we ended up going from
I didn't make it
4:30.
there.
I was there till close to 2, 1:30.
My dad is shilling hard for likes in the chat. He goes, 11 watching, only 3 likes. Come on, hit like.
Come on, hit it.
Just
hit it.
Can you
For
just
my
hit it?
birthday. It's
It's right
still
there.
like kind of my birthday. So I
Yeah,
would
birthday
really
month.
appreciate any likes, comments,
Oh, you know whose birthday's
anything
coming
nice.
up?
Yours.
Yours.
May 4th. May the
Wow.
4th be with you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to be gone. But it's not about me. It's about you. I will make sure to send you.
Thanks for clarifying.
It's not about me.
Okay.
It's not about
glad
me.
we got that.
Send me a
not about
text.
me.
Actually,
we'll party,
I'll call
we'll party
you.
when I get back.
I'll call you.
Yeah, let
What-
me know how,
May 4th, I'm going to be
call
in
me
Malaysia.
from like oh, really? Oh, Bali?
No, Malaysia.
Is Bali in Malaysia?
Indonesia.
Ah, where's...
I'm going
what's
to
in
Kuala
Malaysia?
Lumpur. Asher
Kuala
is going to be there.
Lumpur.
I'll be with
Oh,
Asher.
nice. Yeah, he was... he's in Kuala Lumpur now. I just saw his...
Post.
Yeah, his,
He lives there.
Instagram. Okay, weird. Is it?
He used to live
for
in
his
Utah.
job?
Yeah.
But wait, is he getting married?
No,
No.
he's single.
Who's?
Ted
Ted.
is
Tennis
getting married
Ted.
in Bali.
Tennis Ted.
So I'll be gone for a
I don't
while,
think I
for
met-
about a
I don't
month.
think I ever
I
met
think
Ted.
that
Ted,
was
the
before
Swedish guy.
Yeah, it was.
You
before,
never met him?
It was before
No
the
way.
J era.
Wow,
It
that's
was
kind of
before
wild.
The era of Jay.
Jeez, Ted hasn't been here that long. Wow, that's
Yeah.
great. He's a Swedish teammate of mine. He's getting married in Bali. So I would never miss his
Really
wedding.
nice guy. Really nice
Super cool.
wife.
Very nice wife, Paris. Shout out Paris.
But
That's her
that
name.
was one of my favorite parts of the night.
Is what?
was actually Gabby pointing this out as well. The controversy with the wristbands.
Oh, so let me explain
Wait,
everything.
I saw that guy first.
No, it wasn't a guy.
It was a guy.
Oh, it was a guy.
It was that
I
blonde
saw
guy.
Yeah,
the
it
blonde
was a
guy.
blonde guy.
I saw this guy
Yeah.
like shadily walking up to the pizza,
Yeah.
and he was like
Yeah.
looking around and grabbing pizza, and I'm like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is? I was
Yeah.
like, who the fuck is that
Who
guy?
the fuck?
And,
And
then,
then,
he did it
uh,
like 4 times.
And then he
within
kept going
2
back, and I
minutes.
was like,
Yeah.
is that guy like? Does anyone know him? Is he part of the party? And then Gabby was like, oh, I checked. He has a wristband. So then you can continue the story. But
So
Yeah.
what happened? The deal was that I gave the front door person a list of people that are in my party, the 100-person list. And if your name is not on the list, you don't get a wristband. Because if you have a wristband, you can get the drinks,
out.
you get pizza, you can come in our roped off section. And someone came up to me. I think it was Gabby. Was it or you?
Yeah, Gabby.
Gabby came up to me and was like,
Gabby in the chat.
we
she
can't
came
hear
up.
you,
We can't.
but
You're
yeah.
muted.
Yeah.
She came up to me. She came
Gabby
up
in
to
the
me and
chat.
was like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know who." And I was like, "Saw his wristband." I was like, "So I'm gonna go approach him." So I went up to him and I wasn't gonna be like, "Hey, give me your pizza." So I was very cordial with him. I like, listen. I was like, "Hey, man, I don't know
Neil
who you are."
slapped the pizza out of this man's hand in the middle of a bite.
Keep
No, I'm
my
just-
pizza out your motherfucking mouth.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So I walked up to him. I'm like, "Hey, man, I don't know who you are. I don't know how you got a wristband. There's probably a miscommunication or a mistake. These wristbands are only for people on the tab. I don't know who you are. You're not a part of my birthday party. I'm sorry. You can have the rest of your pizza. We have plenty of pizza, but you can't have any more pizza the rest of the night, and you can't be on the tab. So I apologize. I'm going to have to take the wristband from you. So I took the wristband. He was very like, oh, I'm sorry, apologetic, kind of embarrassed a little bit. And he's like,
but
you
he
know,
was playing dumb though.
Whatever.
He's like,
I don't care. Whatever. That's
Yeah.
fine. I'd rather not avoid controversy. I'm trying to have a birthday party, and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't need
You
to deal
handled that
with this.
really well. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Because it was assertive, but
right.
it was assertive, but also
I learned it from work.
Nice.
I deal with it at work.
Oh,
like,
I
stuff
was
like
pissed.
this.
I saw him and I was ready to
Really?
go
Oh,
there
yeah.
and be like, "Who the fuck are
Us?
you?"
No.
Yeah.
Jay-
Then I was like,
Were you
I better-
really pissed?
Jay, me,
I was
and Gabby.
fasting though. I think.
Yeah.
That's
Did you
why.
guys see me go to him?
Yeah,
I didn't
Jamie
see.
and Gabby were
Yeah.
standing there, and we were just talking trash about the guy the whole time.
Yeah. No, he
And
was
then as soon as-
embarrassed.
and then I'm like, it's happening now. So I was watching
Yeah.
the thing because I wasn't sure if the guy was going to take it.
I
well.
didn't want to cause a fight at the party. I'm trying to have a good time. There's a lot of people that I'm trying to host and like talk to and mingle and all that stuff. So I quickly got the wristband from him, which is what I needed to do. And he's like, hey, man, by the way, there's a group of people that I'm with that also has wristbands. And he told me. And I'm like, who's that? He points over, and I see one of the women, and it's a woman that I know. It's Joe, who's the owner of Mile
Shout out
High
Joe.
Spirits, his ex-wife, who I know. And she's kind of flirtatious with me at times, and I don't really like it because I'm friends with Joe. So I'm like, all right, I got to go handle this now. So then I go over to her, and I'm like, hey, I don't even know her. I can't remember her name right now.
Stephanie, probably.
I don't remember her name. But I had to talk to her, and I'm like, hey, I don't know how you guys got these wristbands. You know this is for my birthday party. You know, I talked to Joe about this. You know that you guys shouldn't have these wristbands. So, like, if you want to go, guys, go have some pizza. We have tons of extra pizza. You guys go. You're more than welcome to go have some. But please do not put your drinks on my tab. And she's like, oh, we're all paying for our drinks. We're all paying for our drinks, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, that's great. But I
Of
need your
course you
wristbands.
are, but then-
I need your wristbands.
Because they never.
So they gave me
asked-
their wristbands.
As soon as they see the wristband, they just hand
Yeah.
you your drink and walk away.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like,
That's
they're
why there's
not-
like 6 of them.
Yeah.
But the bartenders also know that she's the ex-wife.
Yeah, so she
I'm
gets some
hoping
clout.
I'm hoping they're just not charging at all. I don't know what happened, whatever.
Yeah.
But I took the wristbands from them, so there's probably like 6 or 7 total. Got the wristbands, took some pictures with them after we got the wristbands.
I remember I saw that.
Took
Yeah,
a
'cause
couple
you were over
pictures
there for a
because,
while.
well, yeah, because they wanted to talk and wish me happy birthday and what am I doing and talking whatever. So I'm like, all right, I'm
You're
going
like,
to talk
hey,
to them.
listen,
but
listen
I got to
here,
go to my
buddy.
own party.
Listen here, buddy. I have my own friends.
Right.
And they're
So-
over there. You see them over
Right.
there? That's what this party is
It didn't
for.
ruin the party though. I think the party was still very fun. I had a great time. It was absolutely I think like it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. Like I think I'm not a birthday guy. You know that about me. Like I don't celebrate birthdays. I don't think the last birthday I celebrated was like 21 years old.
Yeah.
So like 30, the milestones, 30, 40, 50. God forbid, anyway, to get to that number. You never know what's going to happen.
God forbid to get to that number. What does that mean?
That means hopefully God will let me get to 40.
That's not what you. That's,
God forbid.
God forbid means no. God forbid you get in
So
a
then
car
what is
accident.
the right saying?
You say
God
not
willing.
that.
God willing. Okay, my mistake.
God forbid I
God
live to
willing.
50. Gosh,
God
I want to
willing.
be out of here.
God willing, 40, 50, whatever, 30. No, I don't think I'm going to have anything for 35. But it was a hell of a weekend. Friends flew in from out of town. It was good to see them, the H-Town boys.
Yeah, that was nice. Colby said people are willing to go through that level of awkwardness to get pizza and beer. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was good pizza too. It was all types like
and
macaroni and cheese
it's
pizza.
like
penny
crashing
Alfredo.
a wedding or something. I don't know. I could even see me and you doing that, Colby, as just like a social experiment. Like, let's see.
I
act
mean,
like
he
the whole- act
he
like
was
how
he,
you
he
belong.
was ashamed though. He was ashamed when I called him out on
Yeah.
it. He was totally ashamed.
It's a social experiment. It's called stealing.
This
Let's
is-
do a
insane.
crazy social experiment called stealing from other people's food.
Yeah. But shout out Will and Jay being at the party. I think I got a little sentimental at the party as I do typically after a couple brewskis.
You were
So-
sentimental with Dario.
I was sentimental with Will. I remember that. I don't think
Yeah.
we even got to talk.
We
No,
didn't talk
'cause
very much.
it
No, I don't
wasn't
think we
in-
talked.
No.
Yeah.
I like was walking out with her, and I thought
I didn't
of
really
saying
get to see
goodbye
you guys.
to you, but like it was through a crowd
Yeah.
of people, and we had
Yeah,
to go.
that's
so it was just-
fine.
And it wasn't until a
I
lot
knew you-
later in
my
the night,
gift to
too.
you was just to like try to make sure that everything went
It,
well.
it
Like,
went
you know,
very
to, like-
well. Everything was there. I didn't
Like
lose
I organized
stuff.
the cake. I put the candles on the cake.
I
served,
appreciate
I
that.
served all the cake.
I really like
went
the
and got
cake
pizzas.
singing. The cake singing was cool. That we did the whole happy birthday and the whole.
I started. That
voice.
was when it goes. All right, everyone, let's do
That was
happy
awesome.
birthday!"
Well done.
I
Well
did
done.
that, and I got
So,
everyone to sing.
It was a great party. So I very much appreciate it. We'll probably never do something like that again because it's a lot of work.
And a lot of money, right?
Yeah, well, kind of.
And
yeah.
actually,
I mean,
Colby-
people chipped in and stuff. So.
Yeah, exactly. There's people chipping.
But it was probably.
But it's exhausting.
but we don't have to
It
go
took me.
do
It
that,
took
yeah.
me days.
we
It
don't
took
have
me
to say-
days.
I would say it was probably what 10, 20 grand, 40 grand.
It took me days to recover from that weekend.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, you were. And the night before, I had more fun the night before. When
yeah,
we,
we were at the house.
when it
and we
was
did
like
taco
the
night.
friends.
Well,
the
that
close
was
family
also very
birthday.
fun.
That was more of like a.
Sentimental.
Well, no, it was like the type of party that you would like normally have. You know what I mean? Where
Right.
it's just like 10.
But I
people
always
and
said,
close friends.
for whatever reason, I thought it's special to me to have like a dirty 30. It's like quinceañera for us.
Is it echoey in here?
No, you're fine. We're
I
golden.
hear an echo.
I mean, we can't change the room.
No, maybe we
So
can
what else has been
talk a
going
little
on?
quieter.
You got the
Well,
new
okay.
position.
Into the mic.
What's
Yeah,
new with
but
you? That's the
actually-
party.
So
Do
yeah,
you
no,
wanna
the
talk
party,
about the party
was great. I was just glad to see you happy. I'm glad it went well. Usually when it's
I was
like,
very happy.
Usually when there's
I was
events
very
like that,
happy.
I go into like industry mode, you know, and I'm
Sure.
like, and I'm
Did
like,
you feel like that night?
yeah, but I welcome,
why
I
did
welcome
you
it.
feel like that?
I like doing it though. Like, okay, I'm like kind of, I'm like close enough to the person whose event it is that I can kind of be like, okay, I'll be like an organizer and I'll just go into like, hey guys, can we do this? Or like, hey, it's time for cake, or you know.
When you guys host a party or a big party, do
I
you
don't
ever
do
get
that.
tightened up? If you were to, do you tighten up a little bit at the beginning, like not like nervous energy almost?
Yeah,
like,
of course, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff
I'm always
going
worried
on.
people aren't going to show up. It hits like 8.
Oh, I'm
if
never
it's at,
worried
If it's at
about
like
that.
9,
Yeah.
it hits like 9:02, and I'm like, oh my god, what if nobody comes? And then by like 9:15, someone shows up.
For
and then
me,
by 10, it's like packed.
It's more about like the cleanup and everything, all the logistical stuff afterwards that I don't really care.
Yeah, the
for.
cleanup sucks.
I felt like I did a good job loosening up, like right away. Like I think I was nervous. I even told Dario and Kern before, like I'm nervous for my own birthday party. I don't think I've ever felt like this before.
You were nervous.
Oh, it was like 100 people. Yeah, I didn't know
I think
how it
we
was gonna
both
go
anticipated.
down.
Will and I both anticipated you being nervous.
But then I was fine we got there 4:30. By 5, I was like ready to go, having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was a fun
everyone
night.
has just that nervous energy.
But it was great though. I think you know it was like a lot of people like who
Different
didn't know
groups,
each other.
different friend groups.
I love seeing that at a party.
That
like
was
that,
the
when,
one
like,
thing
the
I didn't know
different
how
groups come
that.
together.
Yeah, I didn't know how that was gonna go, but I
And
think it worked
I thought
out.
it went pretty good.
Can we do a little chat recap?
Well,
Will?
yeah. So
can't
I
see
think mainly what Colby's saying, which I actually agree with. He says maybe when I was 22, and I agree. Like that guy was way too old to be doing that. I would not also.
How
do
old
that
do you think
now.
he was?
30s.
30s, yeah.
Really?
He was
Easy.
late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, late 20s, maybe.
maybe even late 30s, honestly.
He was definitely.
No
He
way.
looked like he lived a
He
rough
wasn't
life.
older-
He looked like he
He
needed.
looked
He
good.
looked,
he was a
I
good-looking
I thought he was a
guy.
good-looking guy too.
he looked like he needed that pizza. You know what I mean?
Well, he got it.
He needed that
So,
more than you needed. You needed to
Colby, he
throw it away at
wasn't,
the end of the day.
but that is with the next story. It's going to be
What?
a little bit Neil focused at the beginning, but I think that's a really good thing.
What?
The Neil
is-
Show, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
I
Is
mean-
the can we
So
talk
on your
about
birthday, you won the. Right?
not on his birthday, but
You want to talk about this?
yes. So
Wait, what are you?
So
Neil-
I think it's Final Four.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So Neil,
I'm confused now.
I think. That's
should
what it
I
is.
should I tell the
No, I'll tell the
backstory?
story. I'll tell the backstory. It's simple.
Okay.
It's quick.
Okay, then say
so
it.
quick.
Fine. Let's just
No,
quick.
do you wanna
just
tell the
quickly.
backstory?
Yeah, I want to.
Go ahead, tell it.
Okay, this is fun for me now. Okay, so
Everybody, sit back and relax.
get ready for
refreshing story.
Story time with Will.
We should have like music we play during story time.
Some like light jazz.
Yeah. No, like.
So Neil being the bar stool. Okay, enough of that. That's what I already did.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Neil being the bar stool fan that he is, was doing some
Wait,
research.
he's a fan
on-
of chairs?
It's a company. It's a social media company. Shout out
So
Barstool.
he follows them. It was who he did the over/under tournament last year with. Couple other things. Anyways,
Pizza for a year.
pizza for
He
a
won
year.
pizza
So
for
he won pizza for
T-shirts
a
or
year.
a sweatshirt or something you won from him?
Yeah, he won a sweatshirt. It was like
Bunch of
$1,600,
stuff. A cooler,
$1,700.
Modelo cooler? No,
that
wait.
was
No,
not.
that
That
was
was
different
through
stuff.
something else. He's just
How
a
many
lucky
things
son of a gun.
Neil
yeah.
wins everything he
That's not true.
But just so happens on this
I have something to say about that.
competition,
Go ahead.
Neil found out that it was through a subsidiary of Barstool Sports. They had a promotion going on where if you showed up to a Hooters, took a picture of yourself eating a wing, having a beer, and
While crying.
having
With your pants down.
Crying alone.
Sweet
at the bar.
16 on in the background,
Over
and
tipping.
submitted that picture. Yeah, over
Putting Lauren's daughter through college. You know,
writing your phone number on the receipt with $100 bill. They're saying there's more where that
happy
came
face.
from. Let me treat you right. So Neil shows up,
God.
right.
does this thing,
That is so funny.
submits it to Twitter. Turns out there are 3 people that submitted this across the nation.
Yeah.
One of them is Neil. The other is Curran in the mother effing chat.
thanks, Jenny.
My boy from
Who?
Houston.
So
Who I told him to
Oh,
do it. So
Curran-
let me tell the backstory.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Curran's
So,
in the chat, nice.
so these promotions on Barstool, they always do it on Instagram. They put it on their stories. Like they did Pizza for a Year on the Instagram story, and then they said you have to go to the Slice app, take a screenshot of your order, tag Dave Portnoy and tag Slice on Twitter. A lot of people on Instagram don't have Twitter for whatever reason. So then I go to Twitter and
False.
I see the tag. You can search the tags. So I'll search and see, did anybody do the promotion? 3 years ago when I won Pizza for a Year, they had the promotion open for 2 months. 4 total people did it. I had a 25% chance to win Pizza for a Year. I ended up winning. They gave me $1,500 to spend on pizza for a year, blah, blah, blah. So they had this promotion. It was a Saturday night. I saw it on Instagram. I think I was dog sitting a dog or whatnot. And I'm
As-
looking through
as you
Instagram the Schneider Kennel Club.
Dog
uh,
sitting and scrolling through Instagram.
Scrolling on Saturday, typical Saturday night. So I'm going through Instagram and it's like, hey, if you just this weekend only, you have to go to Hooters, do the wings, beer, take a picture, and tag this, that, and the other on Twitter. So I went on Twitter on Saturday night to see who'd done it. One person had done it from like Ohio. Some guy from
I
Ohio
feel like you're
did it.
screaming, dude.
Some guy from Ohio did it. So I immediately that
Your
night
echo.
I text Curran and I said, "Hey, dude,
we gotta hammer this.
I'm
bet.
going to Hooters to do this for this prize package. Please go yourself. It's 2 tickets."
Curran said,
If
"I'm
I
already
win-
there."
Curran said, "I own a Hooters." So it's 2 tickets. So I said, if I win, he'll be my +1 to the Final Four. If he wins, I'll be his +1. We had a deal.
Cute.
So I thought to myself, they're not going to give it to me because they already gave me a big prize package of Pizza for a Year. They're not going to.
Neil said, let me think to
So
myself.
let me see Curran.
They're
Maybe
like
Curran
not
will
this
win.
guy again.
Yeah, they're like, this guy again, what a loser. He's the only one who does these promotions. So Curran does it. On my birthday, 2 days later, on the birthday, he gets a DM from Barstool. Hey, you're the winner of the
Hey.
Final Four package.
Hey, it's Barstool. We saw your Hooters photo. And we think
Can we?
and we want to hang out.
Totally agree with. I totally agree with Gabby. I want to see the submission picture. Can you
Okay,
show
yeah,
it?
I can show it. Can we put it on there? Can I send it to you
I
and put it on there?
guess. Yeah, hold on.
All you have to do is send you a text message.
It's pretty
right?
brutal, actually. I'm in golf clothes because I went golfing. I went golfing right after, and I look like I'm 52 years old. I look so bad in this photo.
Okay, so continue with the story.
We'll put it up.
And I'll show Curran's too. We'll show Curran's.
Okay, so
So
out of the two,
they
Yeah.
DM'd Curran and they said, "Hey, congratulations, you won." So we end up winning flight. He lived in Houston already, where the Final Four was. So they gave me
Gonna go
free
deaf,
flight,
Literally gonna go deaf.
hotel. They did a VIP pregame.
That sounds for a very
party,
important person.
VIP pregame party with Barstool Sports. So I got to meet and hang out with Dave
Curran
Portnoy.
says it was cute because we won. LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick, actually.
And then we got Final Four tickets as well. We got to go to the NRG Stadium and we had pretty
Who
decent tickets.
won the championship?
UConn did.
Oh, okay.
They killed everybody. But San Diego State had this awesome, sick buzzer beater, and we were sitting in the San
Yeah,
Diego
that-
State
that was
section.
so cool.
People were going.
Did
It
you
was
see it?
cool.
Oh, I
it
thought
was
you just-
so sick. They
it
were
was
down by like
70,
14.
71. Yeah, they were down
Down
by a
like
bunch.
14 in the second half. They came back. They scored a buzzer beater at the buzzer to win by 1. It was crazy.
I feel like a lot
People
of times
went nuts.
in those tournaments, the semifinal games are better than the championships. You know what I mean?
The championship was kind of
For
a
the
blowout.
women's, there was that Caitlin Clark who Joe Biden wanted to hang out with, and
Yeah.
she got roasted.
Oh,
You
that's
hear about that?
I have the link for it. I have the link
No,
for it.
it's
Jill
not. You can't
Biden.
see me.
Jill Biden.
Jill. Yeah, I said Jill.
No, you said Joe.
You said
No,
Joe.
I said Jill.
No, you
But
said
it,
Joe.
It might have sounded like Joe, but I said
Okay,
Jill.
how do I send this to you? How
Just
do I
send him a
this?
text message and you should be able to pull
Copy
it up from
link.
this, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me step over
And
here.
then I'll try to find currents too.
So it was.
So then
so
then
sick.
the best part is we go to this party, the VIP party before.
Very important person.
I got to see my parents. So I flew down Thursday night, got to hang out with my parents Friday, which was really fun. And then Saturday was the party. So I went to this big Barstool party and I got to meet Dave Portnoy, which some of you know from the pizza reviews, the One Bite Everybody Knows the Rules pizza reviews. And I got to talk to him for a couple minutes. Curran got to talk to him and we absolutely hit it off.
With him or with
him.
other people? Because I thought you were okay.
I met other people too.
Yeah.
Curran, I think, can vouch for me here. We were like cracking jokes with him, and he was loving it.
What
like,
was the best
He was
joke?
down
You
to
said,
earth.
I said the best
We were
joke of my
talk-
life. And what
no,
was
I was
it?
saying I had my A. Turn it. I forgot about it. I forgot about it.
I told you that.
I should have told him.
That's
I didn't.
such a good story.
Wait, you guys are screaming.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait,
We're
hold
just
on.
really excited about it.
But no,
so
the,
can I show you? Should I send you the picture of me with Dave, or with Curran and I with Dave?
No, we don't really care about Dave.
You don't care about Dave?
No.
I realized
We got to
I
meet a lot of
deleted the
Barstool
browser
personalities.
profile.
Actually, we
Hold
can
on.
tag
Oh,
him
it
in
was
this
all
post.
you can drink, all you can eat. They gave us as much Hooters wings and as much drinks as we want.
Did you feel sick?
No, I took it
Nice.
easy.
I would have not.
It was
taken
beautiful,
easy.
like 80. It was kind of hot, like 85 degrees, sunny. And then we got really nice. We got good tickets to the game. I will say this for the Final Four.
Oh no! Can you
What?
guys hear us? It must have went out for a little bit.
Oh yeah, my bad. Hold on. Yeah. Let's not do the browser today. Let's just imagine.
I'll say
Okay.
for the
what
final
picture-
for the
just
final.
hold it up to the camera.
Yeah.
Sorry guys. Yeah,
I'll tell
I
you
deleted
this.
the browser profile.
I'll tell you this: it's awkward going on to a Hooters and telling her like the waitress took my picture.
Yeah.
And people were looking at me like,
My
why
bad,
is this
my
guy
bad.
holding
Yeah,
wings
what
and a
absolute
beer?
loser.
And I wore the Barstool Sports hoodie, and so did Curran when I can't find Curran's submission.
So what part did you guys not hear? I'm curious when it went out.
Whatever.
Dang.
It just went out when I was
UConn,
trying to put the
Miami.
picture up.
9 out of 35.
Yeah, we got to
first
meet
finish.
Barstool personalities. We met Big Cat, Rico.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Gabby.
Thanks, Mom. She
So
said
anyway.
sorry, but you said Joe.
I
Yeah,
said
you did,
Jill.
Joe. No, you didn't.
No, I said
So
Jill.
anyway, I can't
just
find
have-
current
It's just
submit-
my East Coast
So
accent.
Curran did the same thing. He had a Barstool's hoodie on too, so we
Yeah.
were playing the game. And then, of
Guys,
course,
I don't
they choose
appreciate being gaslighted. I said Jill.
You said
it
Joe.
sounded like I said Joe, like that. Yeah, you hear it? You
kind
hear it?
of,
Yeah, I said it like
kind
that.
of, kind of.
It
But
wasn't
anyway.
my best pronunciation of Jill, but I said
So the
Jill.
Final Four is definitely a bucket list
No,
thing. I'll say this.
admit it.
You
No.
said Joe.
Oh God, come on.
Joe.
So
I said Joe.
The one thing with the Final Four is they play these games it was in a football stadium.
That makes sense, Gabby.
They played in a football stadium. We had to go to NRG Field, which is like 100,000 people. It's
Yeah,
I think
sorry.
what they should do with Final Four is they should put it in an NBA.
Yeah. But they're trying to fit more people in.
NBA state, not stadium, NBA
It
arena.
must have been.
Court.
Hey, wait,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, but
Brad
it should
says,
be more.
Hold
it
on,
should-
pause. Brad says, "Great show, dudes. It must have been hard going to Hooters." Oh, it was hard, Brad. Very hard.
Yeah.
Get it?
Anyway,
It's a
it's
penis joke.
a penis joke. So I do think they should have it in an NBA arena, so it's a little bit more exclusive. Because I think the stadium's too big.
They're just trying to make as much money.
Yeah,
What
it's
part
too
of
much.
that?
No, I don't like it.
Everyone
of
thinks
course.
I said Joe in the chat.
You said Joe.
Well,
Get over it. You
I'll
said
never
Joe.
get over this.
Turns out you're
I said
gaslighting
Joe.
yourself.
Yeah, now you're
I
now
said
you're
Jill.
in too deep.
I
You're
know
in
what I
Can you
said.
get? You're like in Inception right now. You're like in level 9. Can you get out?
I said Joe.
Can you see us? Jay,
I'm just
He's
trying
gone.
to read
We've
the
lost
chat.
him. You lost him. So
all,
anyway.
Thank
all
you.
we were
You're
saying is
hilarious,
that he talked to Dave. Dave was super
Brad the
cool.
dad.
Neil was telling a lot of jokes. They were vibing with.
Like, I think I would
Dave.
legitimately be friends with him. He seems like such a prick on some of his stuff, but he's actually
You
super
mean
down to
the
earth.
Trump interview?
No, he was fine.
You
there,
mean
I
everything
guess.
he's posted online?
Yeah, like sometimes he just seems
When
like
he
a
wears
hardo. He seems mad all the time. He was like
A
in such a
hardo?
good mood. Yeah, hardo.
Where
like
are you from? You from
What do you
Boston? Is
mean?
that a Boston thing?
No, I don't.
Oh, he's a
think it's
hotto, dude.
I don't-
Dude, he's
I
a
think
hotto.
hardo is American.
Bardo?
Hardo
Hardo, okay.
is like an American
Bardo?
saying. Hardo like is
Like the
like
pizza
I've never
Really
heard you say
intense.
somebody was a hardo.
like he's
before.
so intense.
Dude, he's a
and-
hotto. He's a hotto.
cool.
It's from Boston.
Probably.
Anyway.
like.
So
That's
that
the
sounded
story.
like an exciting time. I'm glad you and Kern got the
Sick prize
the,
package.
The best part of it was Neil sent us the screenshot saying, "Guys, I won." But then I could tell it was Kern's phone, and I'm like, "Did you mean Kern won?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, but I told him to do it, so I won." And I'm like, "Kern won."
But I told him to do it. So that's the thing.
You're
People
the
are
champ,
like,
Curran.
people are trying to say you actually didn't win. Well, I'm part of the prize package.
when I win, we
Kern
all win.
Kern
when
won
I
you.
eat, you all eat.
Kern won you.
When I
he
eat-
won you a
when
date.
Neil
He won
eats-
a all expenses paid date with Neil. So wait, let's So that was that. Let's talk
that's
about
that.
the.
What do you want to talk about?
What were we gonna talk about?
You
Your
got
dad
new
wanted
jobs
to
and
hear.
travel.
What did your dad want to hear?
Final
It's
Four
more about
stuff.
the Final Four stuff.
Oh, okay.
But then I was also saying it was a missed opportunity to talk about.
Also-
You
the
should have
over
talked about the
under-
overs tournament. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you get to?
I
How much
should've.
time did you get to chat with him?
Couple
Not much.
minutes.
Couple minutes, but they
He
introduced
didn't want to
us-
hang out.
Well, there was a lot of people in line. Like, we got to go first.
Oh.
There was like a non-VIP section where people were going crazy and stuff, and we were with the Barstool people. It was us. It looked like we worked for Barstool.
Let's face it. He wanted to hit on college girls. That's the reason
No,
he
I
did
don't
this
think
whole
so.
event. No,
No.
you're right.
He was in a great mood, though, thankfully.
A lot
And I
of-
thought
a
he
lot
was
of- a lot
super
of
nice.
college girls go to the Final Four. That's
He
why.
had fun with us. He's super nice. I don't know.
That's
He seemed
because
down to
they're in
earth.
college.
But anyway,
That's why they go.
so,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know what
Uh,
your point is. The point is that we got to go VIP access and be around.
My point
Sounds
was
like a
People,
great
I've been
time. I thought-
following Barstool since like 2014 before a lot of people even knew who they were.
Yeah,
So-
no, you knew about them before everybody. for
You're-
sure. But no,
okay, here we
no,
go.
but
He's
listen,
an OG.
Here we go.
But
I'm kind of OG.
It's
It's
a
legit.
very cool story to have
I
to go
thought-
to the final.
It's a
Four.
once in a lifetime thing for
I
sure.
thought
to win
no.
it. and
Are you
all
kidding
that.
me? It's a once every other year that you win a Barstool contest. You'll meet it. You're hanging out with them in 3 months.
You do it.
You did. Listen,
You do it.
I thought
Everyone can do it. You just
I
got
thought
to do
that
it.
it was like you and Dave and like all the gang just are like hanging out in this like section alone, and you guys get
We
to get to
did,
chill.
but
I'm
Dave
saying,
was
like, I
doing
didn't-
the show.
Right.
I got to
I
hang
didn't
out
know
with
that-
other
I didn't know it was a
personalities.
live show. I thought
It was a live
I thought
show.
he was
2
just
hours.
hanging out, but that makes
2
sense.
hour live show.
Did
He
you
came
get a
to us
front row
after.
seat?
We were in the Barstool section with the Barstool people.
They should have had you guys come on the
We had a
the
picture
mic.
with the Hooters girls. No.
You should have plugged the podcast. You didn't
Nobody
tell them about
wants
who
to
invited
hear us.
Will.
I didn't have enough time. And what am I going to say?
Just-
I have a podcast.
Hi,
and
my
it-
name's Neil, and I'm on a show called Who Invited Will, and that's the
Wow.
intro line.
I definitely think. See, dude, I only had so much time to talk to him. I wanted to talk to him. I did not want to plug a podcast. I wanted to talk to him about things we had in common.
Wow. Are you a writer?
Yeah.
Are you
writer.
a true writer?
I'm a writer.
You're not even a writer.
not a
yeah.
writer.
Wait,
I'm a
no.
writer.
You wanted to talk to him about things you have in common, like what?
Like gambling, like
No. Like. Sports.
You're both on a
like,
pod. Wait,
like
no,
college girls.
they're both on a podcast. That's what I'm saying. The only thing you have in common with him is you have a podcast, and you didn't bring it up.
You like pizza.
Neil, we could
Anyway.
have thousands of adoring bros who play
I'd
beer
rather-
pong in the chat right now.
I'd rather have the people we have in the chat right now than 1,000 beer pong playing bros.
We would have both. We'd
I
have both,
love
though. We'd
our
have the
followers.
People, we'd have our fans, and we'd also
the
have
15 to 20 of you
Barstool
that
fans.
always follow us. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, that's a
Shout
little overinflated.
No, it's not.
Do you
We had
know-
2,200 views on the basketball video.
VIP means
was
Give us
very
some
important
credit.
That was from
person.
Reddit.
VIP is very,
Very
important,
important
person.
person.
What did you think it meant?
Nothing.
Why? Did somebody say otherwise?
No, Will keeps every time someone says VIP, he says very important person.
Why? Do you have, like,
It's just
a-
a bit he's doing on the show. You haven't
bit.
noticed that?
No,
No, I'm
Neil
trying to
does
tell the
not
story.
listen to other people.
I do. You guys are asking about the story. I'm
Neil's
trying
like,
to
all
focus
right.
on
So
the
what have we
story."
talked about? We talked about my birthday. We talked about the Final Four that I went to. Oh, let's talk about me going on Love Love's Line now.
Oh yeah.
Is that how you want to transition?
I think that's better than us talking about our jobs.
Well, what do you,
Yeah.
you guys talk?
I don't-
I've
The
done
problem
enough
is I
talking.
can't put the thing
Jay-
on the. Well, I guess I could put it on the thing. It'll go deaf for about a few seconds.
How was
What?
I can't put
going
it on the screen and us
Put
be
what
on
on
the
the
screen.
screen?
I'm saying we should the application for the show.
Well, wait,
No,
wait,
no, no.
wait.
Why would
I
we
wanna,
do
I want to
that?
ask a question. How was fun employment for the couple weeks?
Oh well, we talked about this for 2 episodes in a row, Neil. so-
No, we talked about jobs and LinkedIn and how do interviews
It was
work.
good. It was good.
I'm talking fun stuff.
How do
fun
How do interviews work?
What should
well,
you
let me
say in an
explain to you,
interview?
everyone. Let me
How do
explain.
you do an interview?
When a man loves a woman. When a man loves a woman.
No, it's-
That's a good song.
It is.
It is. No, fun employment. How was it? How was life in that? Those
Sarah,
2
it's good to see you in the chat. By the way, it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks now. It's weird not working with my old homies. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the fun employment was good. It was nice to start fasting and not have to work. That was big because I definitely was just not feeling it last week.
Extra
Okay.
sleep.
So what did you do with your time off as a free man? And
Netflix.
Fast and watch Netflix. I started Peaky Blinders. I'm like pretty advanced into that. Watch Shadow and Bone.
Is
That's
it
a
worth
good one.
watching?
I think it's amazing. I think it's one of
Really?
the. I think it's like level. It's like Wire, Sopranos level show. You know, what
He
I mean?
was really big into it in our own spot.
Yeah, he forgot everything though. I bring up stuff to him and he's just like, yeah, I have no idea.
Because he watches.
It's good though. You
You
should
know how
watch
many
it.
shows he's watched since
It's
then?
insane.
All of them.
A lot.
He's like
lot.
his Netflix where it's like continue watching. That's the only row. There's no like suggestion rows because he's watched everything on the whole platform. No, but the
Aren't you on the kids version now?
the unemployment was
Knocking that
good.
out, huh?
I'm
But,
actually Netflix Korea.
Will's VPNing into like different countries just to watch. He's like Netflix Bollywood, interesting.
Like on Tinder, you've ran out of dates in your area. they're like,
There are
please check
no-
back soon. There are no available
Netflix.
movies.
He logs
TVs.
into Netflix and they're just like, "We've canceled your membership. Please stop watching. This is not healthy. We're gonna go to jail for this." Yeah,
Okay.
top 5 best shows. Yeah, Peaky
Did you feel
Blinders
like you were
is
kind of
amazing.
retired for a minute? Like
No, not at all.
you didn't?
Retired.
You know, like in retirement, you're not going to work anymore, right?
mind-blowing.
So you got to find time to do things that you want to do.
Dude, it was
Oh,
two,
that's
it was
easy.
it
That's
was
really
Not
easy.
fine
it was
time.
2
You have-
weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I can't even remember last time I didn't have to go
Well,
to work.
that's a problem.
Well,
No, it's
you're,
not.
you're
Too hard.
gonna have
no, I'm
a
just
month.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
about to shout out
month?
me. You want to talk about my
Is
trip?
it a whole month?
Yeah.
No,
Oh wow.
Well,
no,
24 days. Is that a
We'll
month?
talk about your trip when it gets closer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's tomorrow.
it's not.
All right, well,
so yeah,
have a good time
So
then.
it sounds like
See you later then.
that's
Have
to be
a good flight.
expected, Jay. Like
Wait.
it was good.
But the
It was-
I started on Monday though, and
Nice.
that's been and the trainings have been interesting because I'm learning about software networking, which is a topic I'm sure everyone wants to hear all about.
ooh,
But did you guys know that
yes.
you do?
Probably.
Did you know that wireless is just radio? It's just radio waves. That's what wireless is.
That's why my
What did you think it
testosterone
was?
is so low.
I didn't think it was anything. I just was like, oh, it's wireless. It's its own. type
There's
of-
radio waves all around us. Probably making us sick, actually.
It's
You
actually
think so?
lowering our sperm count.
Is
our
it?
testosterone is plummeting.
Really?
Probably.
Americans today compared to Americans 60 years ago.
Yeah, but there's
Wait,
other.
wait, let him finish. You see that?
But
People
the-
can't procreate now.
But there's other
'Cause of wireless.
places with more
Oh,
wireless
5G.
than America.
that what?
There's other countries that have like more connectivity than America.
Oh, Japan, who also is
Korea,
absolutely
South Korea.
that is
Can't procreate.
completely low on the list.
So
of
you think the
fertility?
radio waves are causing us to lose fertility?
Absolutely.
5G, look into it.
Absolutely.
Really?
You want your 5G? Sorry, can't
Chat,
have
Look
kids.
is
into
this?
it.
Is there any credible
Sorry,
evidence
can't
of
have
this?
kids.
Chat?
You want 5G? Sorry, can't have kids.
So what you're saying is that
you got to
my-
read the fine print.
that at my job now I'm making America infertile?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
Well, that sucks to hear,
Well,
but I'm getting
but
paid
you
for
get paid.
it. So, you know.
Cha-ching!
Yeah,
Am
there
I
it is.
right?
There it is.
Am I right?
Oh. So no, it's I didn't know that. And like the crazy thing is like how so you know waves like radio waves are like they kind of do this thing. You like that? Oh.
Is it more of a
You like that?
cosine or a sine?
I don't know. But they make like a they're like mountains kind of, right? So like
Sinusoidal.
the way that they like encode information cuz computers never go full Rogan. Never go full Rogan. That's hilarious, Colby. Comment of the night. So basically, how they put information on the
That's
radio
5K.
waves is like
50 G's.
they change the height of the radio wave, or they modulate the radio wave. So like when there's like when the wave is up, it's a 1, and when it's not, like when there's no peak, it's a 0.
Okay.
So
right.
Colby, you can fact check.
You
me
learned
here.
this in physics, right?
Yeah,
What
but
he's
that was
talking about.
that was like in high school, right?
No, college.
Well, not for me.
Electromagnetism stuff. They talked about wavelengths all the time.
But isn't
Well,
it
wavelengths, but that's different than Wi-Fi.
Radio frequencies?
We weren't talking about.
But basically, you know, what they do is like when there's like the frequency's up
Sure.
or a peak, it's like 1, and when
Okay.
it's a
Yeah.
trough,
Right,
it's like 0.
right.
So like,
But they can segment it out to then have like
Yeah.
how are you doing a 1001?
I guess it's the amount of time that
Between.
it takes.
So it says in this
for,
amount of
like a
time-
5 gigahertz whatever wave,
Sure.
it's gonna have so many waves within. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
basically
a certain
Morse
time frame.
code. Did
Yeah,
it, did,
right.
did,
That's how
did.
I was thinking of it. I don't know if that's exactly accurate, but like the craziest thing to me is like who thought of that? Like who thought that you could just like, oh well, we know computers 0s and 1s, so I'll just like basically create this like intensely fast like speed of light Morse code that like the machine will like
We could
decode.
probably
I think
look
I
it
know.
up.
Someone just put it into ChatGPT probably.
Chat GDP.
No.
But I
Chat
don't know.
GPT is going downhill. Google stock's going really up because of it.
Because of Bard?
Yeah.
Google's
And
thing?
just GPT is not as great as what people thought. it
Well,
was
no,
gonna be.
my boss.
I think it's even better than people thought.
You think it's better?
Talking to Colby, GPT-4 is like
Colby, am I accurate though?
Colby
Can you,
is completely revolutionizing his company.
via Chat GPT.
Wait, Colby. Am I right
What
about
company?
how the
I don't
radio,
know.
how wireless transmit signals though? Do you know anything about it? You're smarter than us about this stuff, right? I mean,
Okay.
you don't.
What
know.
about it? You're just trying to
acting,
educate us?
You're acting like you know. I'm just
I
saying.
think
it's,
I know.
it's-
The sine of 1 is 1. Cosine of 1 is 0.
Okay, you're just
Yeah,
saying
no, you're
words
an
now.
idiot.
No, I'm not.
No, but I'm
that's,
saying
that's
like.
two different things.
No,
That's
I was
like,
talking about wavelengths and heights
Okay.
and all this wave height.
Oh no, yeah, you sound really
Yeah,
smart.
you get it. This
I'm
guy
not trying to
gets it. This
sound
guy
smart.
gets it.
Wait, did you
I'm
make
just
Wi-Fi?
saying.
But
No.
I'm saying, who thought of that? Who thought?
Somebody did. We could probably look it up.
But I'm just saying, isn't it crazy?
You
I
want
would
me to
never.
look it up right now?
Yes, I
who
do.
Who invented what?
Who invented
Wi-Fi.
Radio
Wi-Fi,
frequency?
wireless, or who
Well-
even thought you could encode information in waves?
Yeah,
That's
but-
even precedes.
Who invented
So what they're
wireless?
starting to do?
because that's how computers worked at first. Electricity is also
Yeah.
has a frequency, right? Isn't every type of
Thomas
radio-
Young. Thomas Young,
They're
1801.
both electromagnetic waves. Exactly. So it's even before Wi-Fi. It's just electromagnetic waves.
In around 1801, imagine this, 1801, with the technology they had, like nothing.
Yeah. This was like 120
Thomas
years
Young-
before Peaky Blinders.
Thomas Young measured the wavelength of a light beam with his two-slit experiment, thus conclusively demonstrating that light was a wave.
But I'm saying
But
he
then,
didn't
have you
think of
seen that
encoding
too?
information in it.
It's like the whole thing
Okay,
of
that's
when
fine,
you.
but he determined that you can't encode information until you determine it's a wavelength.
Sure,
that's
but-
more impressive
No,
than
it's
using
not
it.
more or
He
less. They're
found
both
it.
impressive.
He found it though.
he figured out it was a
found
wave, but how long did it take people to go, wait, if we just measure the peaks and valleys of the wave, we can translate that into
Yeah,
binary.
I mean,
like that's a crazy
It is,
insight,
but
right?
then I want to say what
Who
the,
invented binary
the-
code?
Okay, but the next level,
Well, no.
of that.
created
no,
human
just one
beings?
second. Okay, stop that.
How did we
Allah,
get here?
Allah.
The next level that I've heard
Gretchen
is.
Brinza.
Can I just finish, please? The next level
was
is
not her.
They're actually coding in same thing, ones and zeros, but into DNA. Because you can
Right.
do the same thing. And so you can have
Yeah.
terabytes and terabytes of information in like a drop of liquid.
Right.
Because it's the
Yeah.
same thing. When you actually stretch out the DNA, it's the same thing. You can have movies, you can have anything.
But like the other thing
What
that's crazy
did you
though
just
is like
say?
So what they're doing is
What was that?
you can take a DNA strand, right? And how it's laid out, and I don't remember what the combinations are. It's like A and C and T and B or something. Whatever
Wait,
the two things
adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was actually kind
A
of close.
T C G. Yeah.
Okay, so there's only one pair that pairs with each other and one pair that pairs with each other.
A and T and C and G. I think.
Right.
remember.
Yeah, I know those.
But what they said is basically A and T can be represented as a 1 and T and C can be represented as a 0.
Right.
And so what you can do is create your own code
Uh-huh.
where it's 1 0 0. So it's in this long
My dad
chain of
is going
things.
hard for the likes.
And what that does is you can have movies, you can have anything you can ever think
Anything
of. in
that
a
can be
chain
coded
of-
in binary.
yes,
Anything
yes.
that can be
But the
represented
thing
in
is,
binary,
how
which
does
is
in
everything.
a little
apparently.
drop, how can you have so much binary code in such a
Because
drop? Doesn't that
DNA
take
do you know how
space?
small
Because
DNA
is so
Right, but I'm saying, but the binary code is so long. So how can you fit the binary code into something so
Do you
tiny?
know how long like the genome of humans is?
I don't know.
really long.
It's
Probably infinite.
like
so how do
it's
you
not-
fit
it's
it
not
into
infinite.
it? But that's what I'm saying. How does that all that fit into one droplet?
because it's
because
all
it's-
like it's coiled up really
Yes.
tightly and it's really small.
Yes.
It's coiled up basically.
So are we starting? Are we going into the Big Bang Theory right now?
No, that's
The show?
Did something?
completely
No.
unrelated.
So Sheldon said.
No,
No,
wait,
but
but-
we're talking about coiled up information. What if that's how Earth started? It was something coiled up that just blew up because it was so tightly wound.
I don't think.
The-
I think they kind of know how Earth started, right?
Do they?
Earth-
Oh, really?
I love how you're like, really?
What are you talking about? What do you mean they kind of know how Earth
Because
started?
What do you
they,
mean?
because
They
of
know
physics.
how-
Who knows?
Physicists
What do they know?
that Earth started in a certain series of events or something. I don't know. It was like gases
it starts
that
off as
solidified
gases,
into
and then it consolidates,
solids, yeah.
and then it creates its own gravity, so it starts pulling
Right,
in
right,
other
right.
stuff.
Yes, this
and
sounds
then as
familiar.
you,
So it created itself
well,
No.
because something had to create that.
Well, that's what
That's-
the big question, right? Is
it was
God or,
basically
you know,
it went
whatever.
from nothing to it blew up, and so then there's like all this stuff. The universe is expanding, but it's expanding at just the right because eventually it's going to expand too fast, where you lose all of the entropy, I believe. And
Everything's
it
gonna
just
go
goes
dark.
to like
Yeah.
0 Kelvin. It just,
Everything's just gonna
there's
like
nothing
heat
is going
death,
to
right?
exist.
Basically
yeah, it's almost
Zero
it might
Kelvin
be
is 270 degrees Fahrenheit.
negative, right?
No,
negative.
wrong. No, 270 Kelvin is 0 degrees.
What are you saying?
270
what you-
Kelvin. 270 Kelvin is 0 degrees.
Okay.
So 0 Kelvin would be negative 270
Negative
degrees.
273 is absolute zero, right? Isn't that?
It sounds right.
No,
yeah.
Right, negative
But
273
you can't
Kelvin.
make things that cold
Because it's
because there's too
It's-
much entropy.
So everything's going to
Yeah,
go
it's-
cold? What about the sun?
well, no. Everything,
Also
it's
the sun.
It's going to go into.
sun's
it's
gonna turn to
go-
ice?
No, it goes to
Listen.
supernova. What happens?
It just goes from fire and it just starts slowly freezing over and it's just a big ball.
It's like,
No.
Will was right. Will was right.
Yeah, we'll be
No, what
we'll be around
happens-
for that. You
have
know what
you
I mean?
heard of, like,
we will be
super-
dead.
It could happen tomorrow.
No, what happened, Neil? What's going to
Probably
happen
not.
is
Probably
the
not.
sun
But it's
burns.
possible.
Could it?
It's going to burn. It goes from where it is now into like a red giant or something, and it keeps heating up, and then eventually it'll just blow up.
And at the point of the red giant, all the inner planets will be engulfed by it.
yeah, it gets way too.
But we'll
hot.
die because it'll get too cold way before that.
It'll get too hot.
Well, wait, no, isn't that when the
If the
sun
sun is
cools?
gonna blow
it's gonna
up-
cool though.
No, it's gonna.
As-
I think it's gonna.
Will just said the sun is gonna blow
the
up.
red giant, it's gonna be cooler than the what is it, yellow dwarf or whatever.
Okay.
And then it expands for some reason. But I think even if the sun cooled off like a tiny bit, we'd be completely dead.
Yeah,
Like,
we're basically
yeah.
in this like
'Cause we're
everything
so
is
far
in
away.
Goldilocks
I had a
zones.
lot more fun talking about the Final Four than this.
No.
This is so sad.
But wait,
This is so, and there's nothing we can do about it.
you
So
mean
just
it's sa-
enjoy the time.
It's not sad,
Moral
dude.
of the
We'll be
story:
dead.
enjoy the time that you have because
It's not
nothing
sad.
is
It's
guaranteed.
happy. It's beautiful
Nothing
that
is
it even
guaranteed.
happened at all.
The only thing that's guaranteed is I'm going to win another Barstool promotion.
'Cause
That's
it-
the only thing I can
But
guarantee.
like the sun, all that
Wait,
stuff is.
Sarah said the same thing. She said, "Neil, didn't you have that weird elementary school anxiety about the sun dying?" I remember in
Yeah,
elementary
no.
school.
exactly.
I remember in elementary school being
When they
freaked
told
out.
I never
Yeah,
had
yeah.
anxiety till
You
I
were
was
like,
like
"What?
30.
No, let's save it.
Yeah.
Can we
It's like-
save it?" And they're like, "No, it's
Yeah.
way bigger than Earth."
Did you guys have
Your
anxiety as kids?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I never had it.
Well,
Must be
ignorance
nice.
is bliss, brother.
That's probably true. I had tennis on my mind. Tennis and girls, dude, is the only thing I cared about.
Tennis and girls. Yeah, and
now I
glad
sti-
glad to
Speaking
know
of
you've
girls-
grown
And now
up.
I
Yeah.
stink at both.
Well, also that's
Yippee!
still what you think about a lot, right?
Golf.
You've added golf. That's maturity.
Work? I think about work.
Yeah.
I have pride in my
But just to
work.
wrap up the physics thing, the work trainings are interesting because like, you know, I'm watching like videos and they're like one of the
GPT-4 is pretty phenomenal. Just you'll have to have your own conversation. Just a real quick side note though, like he
Go for
like
it.
basically has learned how to become a prompt engineer, which means you understand how to write prompts in order to get the information you want out of ChatGPT. Because I can share some of this stuff and I'm probably not even going to get it right. But basically he went to his like company-wide meeting and he's like, hey, I'm using ChatGPT. Is this cool? And the CEO's like, well, if you're getting stuff done because of it, then yeah.
The CEO's like,
And
can
so-
you show me how to do it?
Yeah. So then he's like, okay, Colby, you go off and you do your own thing with that and you come back to us with the results.
Colby's that
So
employee
now-
where they're just like, this guy's smart. Just let him do whatever
Yeah.
he wants. Like, we don't even understand.
So then he's like getting stuff. He's like having it
We'll
write
explain
code.
it later.
Or not. It just
He's
make us money.
having it write code for him. And then he's like going to the main coder guy and he's like, hey, isn't this a problem you've been working on? And the guy's like, well, yeah, but this isn't going to be right. And then the guy looks
Compiles
at it, he's
first time. Well, that's what the guy said in a training today. He said like, you know, like Stack Overflow. It's like like computer programming. What the hell, YouTube? It's the computer programming like questions and it's like the Reddit of computer programming, basically.
okay.
You know, neither of you guys
I'm
are
listening.
anymore.
Oh, do you guys want to see Kern's submission to Hooters?
Just put it up to the camera.
We can't see it from the. Is that a UFC shirt?
No,
Oh
it's
no,
It
Ice.
says
Mr.
Ice.
That's pretty
Ice.
sick.
No, but
Mr. Ice.
the training guy today basically said.
That's the submission that won us tickets.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was even in the camera.
He
but-
said like now he's like I feel old because nowadays like you know we used to go to Stack Overflow and have to like search the internet for answers and instead like whenever like juniors have a coding question now they just type it into ChatGPT and it gives them code back and it compiles the first time and works. So like
Yeah.
Okay, fair
everyone's
enough.
using like programmers who are like I don't know how to do this are just literally typing how do you do this in ChatGPT in this language and it just
Yeah.
gives you back the exact code that you need. So like it is pretty much revolutionizing the
The
coding
demo of
industry.
it, the guy, what he did is he took a napkin and drew a picture saying, put joke here. I want them to click on the next joke using this button. And he just drew that on a piece of paper.
And then he
Upload it.
put the napkin in his mouth,
And
he
he
chewed it
ate
up,
it.
and he spit it on the computer screen in ChatGPT.
So you can
Absorbed
upload
it.
pictures and videos now. So the guy uploads the picture of that and says, create this website. And it creates the website that he was asking for or that he had
Wow.
drawn out.
That's pretty
It's
sick.
pretty sick.
Yeah.
Can I add one thing from the birthday party I forgot to mention?
As much as I hate Elon Musk, OpenAI is actually probably the best company he ever invested in terms of like, oh, it's actually doing cool
Tesla is definitely
Tesla
the best company
sucks,
that he's
dude.
invested in.
In terms of
Value, which
but
is about investing. So
okay, calm down. But in terms of
I will
actual
not
like, in
calm
terms of
down.
actual like coming up with something that's cool and usable, it's
Teslas are pretty
ChatGPT.
cool.
They're not.
Brad has.
I have a thing to add about the birthday party we didn't talk
Okay,
about
say
real
it.
quick. So at the end of the night I was talking to the bartender and she's kind of cute.
Too
I ended
pretty.
up getting her number and
Oh,
we've been texting
wow, way to-
since.
The bartender
Way to-
of where?
Mile High Spirits.
Way to
Oh, you're
casually.
One of the girls. Her
Okay.
name is Mariah.
Way to casually throw that in
Carrie?
the conversation.
Well,
Mariah
I think
Carey.
it's a good transition.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, glad that you
We're
guys
trying
just
to get out of
interrupted me
there.
3 times and I didn't get to
No,
say anything
you
I
didn't
wanted.
get
No, he
to.
needs to finish. I interrupted. He needs to
Yeah,
finish the
you
physics.
remember what
thing.
I'm talking about.
Yes, he needs to just finish
Okay,
the
go
train.
ahead.
Well, no, I was
Finish.
all I was saying was
Don't worry, Neil's not listening. I'm just
I
talking
am
to you.
listening. I am listening.
no. All I was saying was it's cool
So,
about.
Mile,
So Mariah, what you doing later?
do you remember her?
Yeah,
Mm,
I remember.
I remember her.
Okay, anyways.
Okay,
No.
anyways.
but yeah,
Coveralls.
Show the.
Wasn't
no, I'm
she
just
wearing
kidding.
coveralls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overalls.
Overalls, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
yeah. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry, go ahead.
So what else was she wearing? No, so basically the interesting thing about the company is that like they actually want you to know what the company does. Where they were like, oh, you know, a lot of people work at a company and they don't like understand, like, you know, even if you're not like a technical person or even a network engineer, they want you to like understand like this is what networking is. This is what.
Oh, so even like if you're a recruiter or
yeah,
HR, you're
I don't know if
gonna be
everyone
doing-
goes through
okay.
all of it,
Yeah.
but like they basically have it out there. So like,
Cool.
so me, somebody who's a programmer, but I don't know shit about it. I don't
Yeah.
feel dumb or anything because it's very basic level, just like, you know, because they're just like, they'll make analogies like, okay, it's basically like a post office. Like think of a network, like, you know, that you have to send the letters and the post office to figure out where the letters go. So it's like, you know, it's like, you know, some jobs you go in and you get like this fear of like, oh, I'm going to be like the idiot of class, or I'm going to be stupid or whatever. And it's like, oh no, I don't feel that way, because they're literally like, this is how light travel. Like they'll go down to that level if you ask the question.
Explain like I'm 5.
And also the people who work there know enough about it to be able to explain. So
yeah,
I feel like I'm going to
cool.
learn a ton, actually. That's really the main point, is like, I've just been in class. Basically, it's like I'm almost going back to school this week.
Yeah.
I'm just in class all day.
Which is fun.
Is it other new hires in the class?
Yeah, it's a lot of people started on my same start date. So
how
like,
many?
In my like group, there's probably like
sparkling water.
What?
Do you have any sparkling?
Oh yeah, I do.
Can you not interrupt him while he's speaking, Will? We're talking physics.
Just be careful of any wires.
Show some respect.
Yeah, I have those green, Green Mountain or whatever it's called.
How many people are in the class?
I think in my training group there were like 17, but like in the entire new hire group, it was like 30 to 40. So like out of that, like
they have two different courses.
Basically
classes?
each role has like a course they go through. So for the engineers, there's like a course. So like out of the 35 or whatever, half of them are either hardware or
so they want you
firmware.
to understand the theory behind what you're doing. Is that right?
Yeah, they want you to know like enough about it to explain like the product line and what the products do and why they're important. Because basically, like, it starts out where they're like, all right, you have like Wi-Fi in your house, or like a thing, right? Like you have like a router and a modem, or maybe it's just one box. And then they're basically like, okay, like now let's explain the difference of like, why are we a company? Like, why do we sell 5 different devices and you only have one? And it's basically just that. The answer is that, you know.
So they start with the fundamentals.
Yeah, they're like, if you've got thousands of people and you've got all sorts of different stuff going on, you can't have one just like router
to use in the rest of your time.
And
Right.
it's making you like it does a couple things. It's giving you the why, and then it's like, oh, I know now what I'm doing. Because a lot of times people become siloed into, I am working on this one thing, but I never really get to see the bigger picture. And so if they're just giving you that at the beginning, you're like, this is what we do. This is what we're about.
What's happening right now?
This is what.
Oh, it froze for a second. Sorry. Yeah, but the bigger picture.
I like that approach a lot.
Colby,
so you enjoy your new position.
It's awesome,
and
dude. I feel like I'm Harry Potter.
What about
like
you?
literally, like I'm Harry Potter. Like
why is that? How do you?
Because it's insane. Like the amount of money.
You're a Harry.
Like I get an email.
You're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry. I get an email every time.
What
like
weird Tourette's was that? No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I know.
It's
It
Hagrid.
was a joke.
That's Hagrid.
I know. It was Hagrid.
It was Hagrid, Will, you idiot.
VIP.
Yeah.
Who
So no, it's
invited
like
you?
oh, it's Cisco.
Who invited you,
Colby,
William?
it's Cisco Meraki. So it's like switches, like
buttons,
wireless devices and wired devices that help you create a network. And even like they're like, what is what is LAN? What is all these like acronyms? Because you realize like, I think with a lot of tech, like, I'm not
locally.
saying local area network.
Area network.
And WAN is wide area network. So local area network's all the devices on your like Wi-Fi network. Wide area network is all the devices that your devices talk to over the internet.
Yeah.
That's
easy.
LAN is when you have a party with your other virgin friends.
a LAN party. Exactly.
Right, where they all come over and you order pizzas.
And then
you play
like,
Halo.
I have a question for Will. I noticed that
Pepper.
oil prices went up when you left the oil company. Why? Can you explain that? Can you explain why that is?
Causation.
They went up
Wait, I'll
significantly.
explain. Correlation is not causation. Boom.
I've been holding them down for years.
Oh, Colby, I'm doing.
I really appreciate that.
I was trying to do my part.
The gas tank stinks right now, man. It's expensive.
Colby, their main product, it's a like website that it's basically software defined networking. So it's like a dashboard that you can configure all the stuff with. So I'm basically writing code for that. So I'm not doing any like actual hardware.
What are you doing now?
Neil, do you know what else is hard? Or do you know what else is expensive?
I don't want to know what else is hard.
You know what else is expensive? Dates.
Dates are expensive.
So let's go back to Mariah.
No, I think we should hit the links.
No, I think
No,
we
go
should,
to the link?
we should
I
talk
can't do
about
the-
Love is
Why?
Blind.
We gotta get the TV. We gotta
Yeah.
I deleted accidentally the profile. That's why it went it muted. It would just take me.
Yeah, it's
little
fine.
bit to set
I
up.
think we should.
Damn, we have some good links.
Yeah.
So you want to
know.
talk about Love is Blind?
Love is Blind.
Yeah.
So what's going on is that Love is Blind is a show on Netflix where basically people go into pods.
I'm pretty
They
sure we
don't
talked
see
about it
each
before.
other. Right, that's fine. But
Whatever.
for those
For
who
those
haven't
of
seen
for
it,
those
right.
of you who haven't
Right,
heard
if you,
of Love is
if you
Blind,
go ahead and just let me finish, we'll really appreciate that.
Yeah. Why don't
So
you have a
it
sip of
is
that
my
sparkling
birthday
water?
still.
Why don't you have a
how's
sip
that?
of that
Yeah,
water
why don't you
and
have a
just
sip of that water?
relax,
and
man. Chill
Just
out.
chill them. Just because you've watched it 3 times doesn't mean people have.
I've been
seen
watching it. It's funny.
Love is Blind.
But I hate
haven't
the,
watched.
I hate
new
the part of
stuff.
the season where they move in. Anyway, talk about the
so
show.
Love
like,
is
then
Blind.
We can,
So they go into pods. They don't see each other. They talk to one another, and then you are supposed to, if you really, really like somebody after I don't know a couple weeks of talking, you get engaged. Then you see each other, and then you move in with one another for like a month, and then you have to make a decision on whether you want to get married or not. The thing is, they choose people for every season that live in the same city. So when they move in together, it's not that big of a deal because they already live in the same city.
Or
Right.
close, because actually,
Relatively close,
The last
but-
episode, they are not that close.
spoilers.
Or the last season. The last season
It was in
they're-
Seattle, right?
Seattle and Portland.
Oh, it was both.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
They're doing Denver. They're
so
doing a
it's-
casting
what?
call.
it's basically weeks of blind dating, and then you have to
2
decide
weeks.
before you see the person.
2 weeks only.
2 weeks of blind dating, and you're behind a wall,
How long?
and you're in a
2
room,
weeks.
but there's like a partition, so you
14
can't.
days.
Yeah, so you can't see the
A
other.
fortnight.
Very important person. So you basically like you're behind a partition and you can't see them for 2 weeks, and you have to decide without seeing them if why the fuck is YouTube saying no data? You
But
have
for
to
how long?
you have to decide. You have to basically decide whether to marry them or not before you see them. That's like the big. That's basically the first half of the show is like they're dating and they can't see each other, and so you're supposed to just get to know
And
somebody's
you date
personality.
all the girls. All the guys date all the girls. So you
but then
talk
you
to
then
all
you
the
pick
girls.
then you
And
pick
then
eventually
they
who your
pick their
favorites are.
favorite.
Yeah.
You pick your favorite, and then you get
If there's
engaged.
if there's a match, then
You know what they should do?
so you propose behind the wall, like literally you don't see the person, and you propose behind the partition.
Right.
Season
Crazy.
Oh, season 5 is going to be Denver. Season 6, actually, they could maybe even do it in Denver. They should have all bi people. You know how sick that would be?
They probably will.
They
You
should
don't
do a
know-
poly one where
They
you can
probably
marry
will.
like multiple people.
Yeah,
You can
they
pick-
probably do that too.
But the bi would be funny, right? Like you just have no
it's
idea
all,
if
it's
you're.
all trash reality TV. It's really trashy.
I think a
because
lot of-
most
it
of
has
the
to
people,
be- yeah.
nobody ever stays married.
The people stay married.
I think there's one couple maybe
No,
that's
there's a
still
couple.
married.
There's probably a couple couples who
Yeah.
have stayed married.
I mean,
But like a lot of the couples, the
A lot
funny
of
thing
it's-
is once they see each other, you don't know if like the person's you're going to be attracted to them physically, and definitely some of the couples are not attracted to each other
Right,
physically.
right
or,
away.
and you also don't know like
Which proves that love is
you
not
have
blind.
well you have to move. Dude, you're literally like quoting the show. They say that so much on the show. They're like, "Is
Can
love
you prove?
Is this love? Is love blind?"
That's if I were to go onto the show, my motive on the show is I want to prove if love is blind. I want to prove that love is
we got
or
your
is
promo.
not blind.
We got your promo video right now.
It's an experiment for me. Kind of like with a guy on season 1 also. He was like a scientist or something.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I'm in this to
How
actually
long is the
see."
video that you have to
15
submit?
seconds.
Seconds.
Yeah, that's it. So what they're doing now,
You gotta
Love
be
is
like,
Blind is doing a casting call
"Listen,
in Denver.
I win everything on Barstool Sports. I like tennis.
I like tennis.
That stunk. That definitely will make sure I won't get it.
So wait, do you guys
I
in
have
the
a
chat?
podcast.
Does everyone in the chat like Neil's a single guy? They're doing casting calls in Denver, and we all feel like Neil should try
Several
his hardest.
people-
Try his hardest to get on the show because I think
Several people. The thing is,
You're
I don't
made for
think
this. I think
all
you're made for this.
So I want to say one thing, and this might be a little superficial,
yeah.
but this is my thoughts. I think I've never seen a guy on the show. I think I'm in relatively good shape. I've never seen a guy on the show who's kind of balding. I have a bald spot. I think that's going to affect it.
That's not
Yeah.
gonna be in the 15-second video though.
No,
But they'll see
they'll
it.
finish. They're gonna.
Just wear a hat.
It's like
Still,
what
I'm not gonna.
What they say is love is blind, but you still have to be attractive. That's basically
yeah,
what the show is
pretty
about.
much.
No, I don't. I would not say everyone's attractive, but nobody's like really ugly.
Yeah.
They're definitely like there's, but nobody's super attractive. It's like they're kind of all in the middle. I would say they're like, oh, that person's cute. Like it's relatable. It's people you could like see yourself maybe.
I
dating,
definitely think
but-
they pick people that they feel like will match.
Yeah, I think there's
So
definitely.
you should see that. I went through the 78 questions today just to see what they're asking.
Did you submit it or
Do
No,
it.
because it needs a video. I have to do a video.
Okay, so let's do that because Gabby has been pushing this for a while now, and I agree.
Well, Gabby's friend
Gabby's
was
gone
on the
all
first
depths.
season.
Yeah.
And
How
Gabby
did-
was
how did
on
they
the
do?
show. If nobody saw, Gabby was actually on the show.
I didn't see first season, Gabby, but
Her friend ran away from the alt. No,
Why
her
are
friend-
we? Well, you don't need to ruin anything for anyone.
okay. Spoilers. It was only
so-
years ago.
Yeah, so Gabby was on the first season.
But no, the interesting thing is you actually have to move in like with.
But
this
you know
person,
what the
and you have to
cringy
live with
thing?
them.
Yeah, but the cringy thing is that I think a lot of people do it for Instagram followers. That's really what I think it is.
No.
So people go on there, get the Instagram followers, they get people in their DMs, and then they meet somebody
That'd be
through the
great for you.
Instagram, which is also
also-
That'd be great for the podcast.
it's also a play.
They could
It's
move in
also a
with you,
play.
and you have a whole.
Do you
house.
think I'd actually work on that? Do you think I have the personality to be on that show?
Oh, personality, 100%, dude. The people on the show.
So then what do I
think-
not have? There's
I
something
just
the
think-
looks.
Well, I don't know about the looks, but it's
The
like
guys are pretty yoked. I'm
Everyone's
in decent
re-
shape,
everyone's
but the
re-
bald spot I
'cause
think is
there's-
gonna kill me.
No,
I think
there's.
it's gonna
I
kill
wouldn't
me.
say any of the guys. The women, I don't know. There's a lot of guys who I'm just gonna say it are kind of ugly. I would say. So I don't think
Really.
And they're balding. There's definitely some with
Yeah,
something
I
there.
don't.
Yeah.
I think the look. Like, remember the guy who literally they just showed him in this last season, and they showed him for like 5 seconds, and he was like, "One time I went on a date and I nosebleed and I bled all over her face," and
Yeah.
that was literally his only quote, and I was like, "Oh god."
Oh yeah, he like didn't have any dating pods or anything.
He had
like
zero
that.
riz.
Yeah.
So it was like, you're more attractive
Right.
than that guy, dude. Like, come on, you're
Well,
more attractive than.
No, I can, dude. If Love Is Blind, I'd probably kill it.
You're more attractive than Matt. You're more attractive.
I'd probably kill it.
No, but what
I
I'm
have
saying
the
is,
confidence to make it.
I don't know if you're dumb enough because the people on the show seem pretty. A lot of them seem pretty dumb,
I would say
especially the guys.
Well,
The
then if I don't
guys-
match with somebody, I don't match with somebody. That's
The-
fine
the-
too.
like,
there's a lot of
there's-
people that go on the show and they don't
yeah.
get engaged.
and that's fine. I would say that's fine too.
Well,
And I wouldn't
you
say
gotta
people
know.
are
You gotta
that
go. You gotta
stupid.
go to win, dude. You gotta go to win.
if we do it like that,
That's not the
that's
thing,
a bad
though.
idea.
You can't go in like it's
no,
a competition.
If you get,
Yeah, you can't.
if you get selected, you have to go and you have to be like completely sincere. I'm sure to get picked, you 100%
I would
have
be
to
sincere. I would take it serious, but I would take it as an experiment.
But
I'm
then-
going into it as this is an experiment to
Gabby.
prove is love blind.
Gabby's
and I would love to know
doing,
is love
doing
blind.
my impression of my dad.
There
here.
are scenarios where I think love is blind. There are scenarios where I think love is not blind. So I think it depends on the person. I think for some people,
no, you're
love
dumb.
is
Never
blind.
mind. You're dumb enough. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking.
There you go. See,
I don't know what I was
And I
thinking.
don't-
but I
My
need to
bad.
come up with 15 seconds of gold if I really wanted to.
Let me film it, dude.
Well, yeah, we'd have to.
I
We got to
have-
do it
Come
quick.
on. Who are you else you can get to film it? Will? What is he gonna? He's gonna
Here,
leave the
do you
lens
want me
cap
to
on.
do- I can open the questions.
Yeah,
right
let's
now.
look at some of the questions on the
Yeah.
application
And
talk about those.
honestly, I would not say
Hey,
that
thanks, Gabby. I
everyone
appreciate it.
doing it is
My dad's
dumb.
slacking. My dad is slacking.
I'm not saying everyone's
The
dumb.
women are some of the like Nancy. I think was smart.
Yeah.
I think
Some of the
uh,
guys. I'm just saying it's
Who?
like don't generalize because
What
there.
guy is smart?
There's a guy on the most recent season who's a lawyer. There's a guy who's a scientist.
Yeah, but okay,
I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, you passed
sure.
the,
Just being that. But I'm saying.
What if
I'm
I'm
not
the
saying they're not
guy?
educated.
What
I'm
if
saying they're
I'm the
like
person?
dummies.
What if I'm the person that matches with somebody, we get engaged, whatever, and then I'm the person
Brother,
that's like,
I'll
I'm
be
not
on the show.
attracted.
I'll come
that's
on the
good.
show and I'll be
100%
like-
would be you. You'd be like,
What if I'm not attracted? Then I'm like the guy that's
Yeah.
like, oh, what an asshole. He
it's
didn't
the-
like her.
That was one of
Love
my
is not-
favorite parts. The guy goes like this.
That's awesome.
He's the doors.
Wait.
We were watching
That's
this.
so awesome.
The Love Is Blind Brazil. The doors open and the girl was like, not very attractive, and the guy goes, "I'm not a strong enough man. I can't do this."
I'm not a strong enough man. Ooh, that's sad. Internalizing that
Yeah.
to strength is weird. But
It
Gabby-
asks for your highest level of
Hold
education.
on, hold on.
Okay.
Gabby said it needs to be 15 seconds of genuinely wanting to find love, and that's already what you want. Just be real.
That's true.
I think
That is
that,
what I think
think
who
that's-
wouldn't want that?
No, Gabby,
who wouldn't
that,
want that?
Gabby, that was a great note. That was a great
It
note.
asks for your occupation, asks for your Instagram link, it asks for your highest level of education, any colleges you went to.
You
It asks
gotta-
for
you
your
gotta
Skype ID.
You got to dumb down the
Strange.
education.
Well, because
Probably because
they
they want
want
to
you to
call you.
interview
Right,
you.
right.
Yeah.
Then you got to upload a 15-second video. You can upload a file. Please upload your best face photo. No sunglasses or hats. Please upload a photo with a complete body shot. Try to avoid selfies with the camera in the photo.
Do you have to have your shirt on or off?
I don't know what a complete body shot
think it-
is.
I think it's
Shot.
clothes on.
Yeah, clothes on.
We'll do
Full
do
frontal
nude?
nude. Show me your butthole.
Have you ever been
So
married? Do you have any children? If so,
How many nudes? How many nudes do you think they get though?
Do you want to have children? What are your hobbies? The length of your last relationship. Please take a moment to really describe your dating history.
You're gonna win, dude. He's
How
gonna
long
do
was
this.
You're legit. I mean,
No,
you
because
are
all
looking
the people
for
on the
love.
show
Why
haven't
are you a
dated
catch?
seriously in a long time.
Why are you a catch?
Well, there's a lot of reasons there. I think.
You're gonna love
Where
my
are you
personality.
currently meeting potential mates? What are your thoughts on the dating scene in your city? What are your thoughts on dating apps?
Dude,
I
he's
could
got
roast
this.
the apps.
He's got this.
I would roast
like,
the apps.
"Oh, I'm old-fashioned."
Everything you've said, everything you've said. No, but people say that on the show.
I know.
I
Oh,
like
the
to
apps
meet
don't work
people
and-
naturally.
Yes.
Without the apps.
Exactly.
Because then I can really get to know them.
We should
But
do this
that's
after
true.
the show. We should.
What
fill
are
this
your
out
deal
tonight.
breakers?
Smoker, tattoos.
Oh, but tattoos, I'm off the show.
No,
I can't say that.
it's true.
I wouldn't say tattoos is a deal breaker.
What's a deal breaker for
I
you?
wouldn't.
Let's
Smoking.
answer. Hold on. Let me.
Smoking
Kids.
cigarettes.
Kids.
When you say smoking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
kids, I'd say kids.
What are your top 3 qualities?
I would say kids.
What
I
are,
know.
what
I
are
think
your
that's fair.
What are your top 3 qualities in a mate? You look for in a mate. That's 2.
That's Will. That's Will's answer.
All right, that's
not
two.
my answer. No, intelligence.
Hair.
Intelligence.
Athletic.
That's probably right.
Oh,
Can
no,
I pick you
wouldn't
up?
say.
Intelligence can pick you up. She can fireman carry me
No,
up the stairs.
I like someone who's pure.
Okay, don't say
Oof.
that.
Yeah, that's a horrible.
Well, like
horrible-
just true to themselves.
genuine.
That's
is-
Genuine. Thank you.
Yeah, pure is like
Pure
getting
sounds-
a
Oh,
little Aryan.
Okay, genuine.
I like
Genuine.
I like a
No,
pure
no, I don't want to say.
European
Wait,
woman.
wait.
I like a
Everyone
pure
shut
European
up.
woman.
I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Genuine.
I wouldn't say genuine.
Caring.
No. I think someone that you can trust. But
Trustworthy.
Trustworthy.
Intelligent,
Intelligent.
genuine, trustworthy.
I don't know. Yeah, I would say genuine. That's
Yeah.
definitely up there.
Yeah.
Or maybe honest or
No, genuine is good.
Okay.
Is that the right? Are those good answers?
Those are great
That's
answers.
what those are. That's the truth.
But are
I
they
just can't
good
put it into
answers
words.
to you? Like that doesn't.
Those are my answers.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any ethnic or cultural deal breakers? If so, please let us know! Exclamation. You know, there's people in there who are like, "I'd only date a red-blooded American woman."
Yeah.
Any ethnicities that you wouldn't date? I don't know if we should say this on the show. If there are, just don't say anything.
Next question.
Yeah.
No. I'm just okay. Wait.
That'll get you off the show, though. You'll never make it.
Oh, if you're like Asians,
There.
you're like Filipinos.
No,
no,
I
there's
wouldn't
no way
answer
you're
that.
Oh,
right.
the next question.
This is great. What does your perfect match look like physically? What physical traits are you not, all caps, attracted to?
Gosh, you really put me on the hot seat here.
Oh, your dad's gone.
Oh, great. Wait. No. What is
Answer.
Why? Hello?
Hello.
Authentic. Okay, whatever.
Authentic. There you go.
Authentic. Thank you, Brad.
Jenny
He did
and
put
Brad
it in the chat.
Okay,
He did put it
all
in the
right.
chat. Jenny did too. Authentic.
He said I did. He said my dad called me and called me an idiot. So
Which is fair.
great. He goes, I did, idiot. Okay, authentic.
Okay. Physically.
Physically.
What does your perfect match look
Yeah.
like physically?
Hair.
Boobs.
Nice hair.
Nice hair.
Nice hair.
Straight hair. Straight hair.
Straight hair.
Straight long hair.
Straight long hair.
Okay.
Physically fit
Okay.
or kind of fit, like athletic in a way.
Good smile.
Nice smile.
Boom.
Okay.
That's it.
Good. Oh no.
What-
No, I got one for you that I know would be on your list. Eyes.
No, I
Gotta
wouldn't
be
say eyes.
Her eyes.
No, that's just a nice thing. But
Okay.
it's not like a
Would
deal
you say
breaker.
like I like the girl next door?
For
type?
sure, absolutely.
You should say
that's
that.
the 100% answer.
You should say the first stuff and then I like the.
I like a girl who reads books,
I like a girl who
like
knows
just
how to
hangs out with a
read.
coffee
Mein Kampf.
and a tea or something.
I
A
like a
tea
girl
and
who-
reads a
I-
book.
Mein
Sunday,
Kampf.
I make brunch for us. We can read some books, hang out, watch a movie.
I like a girl who reads books, but there's
down to
only one
earth.
book worth reading,
Down
and that's
to
the
earth.
Holy Bible.
Down to earth.
Okay.
What physical traits are you not attracted to? Okay, you can say excessive tattoos, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one. Come on,
We don't need to do too many more.
be
here.
honest.
I mean, I did say like physically active.
Freckles.
He
I wouldn't
means
say
fat.
freckles. No, I wouldn't say that's mean. I wouldn't say that either.
Would you say like women who don't aren't who are obese, maybe very obese.
Physically active is important. Like, I'm physically active. I'm
Right.
always out going and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want a couch potato.
What if she wears an eye patch? Is that a deal breaker? That's just a personal
No.
question. No,
I would say no.
it might be for me.
An eye patch? Why?
I'm not
So-
trying to
it's
date.
not her fault.
I'm not trying to date a pirate, dude.
It'd be
I'm trying
kinda
to date
cute.
I would allow an eye.
If
I would
she-
have no problem
she
with an eye
changes
patch.
up her
I'm a-
eye patches with the clothes she wears.
That's
she
cute.
matches.
I'm,
Yeah.
Good for her.
I'm a landlubber.
I would not. There's no deal breaker with an eye patch.
Okay, interesting.
It'd be hard to find.
Do
someone
you
with an eye
drink
patch.
alcohol?
Yes.
If no, please explain. So clearly we know what answer they want.
Right, because they they
Dude,
drink on the
someone's
show.
suing the show for saying they just like didn't give enough water.
They
and
make
only
a
gave
lot
alcohol.
of people.
That actually makes a lot of sense because they want people to just get messed up and get super emotional.
Sarah said women who can't run an 8-minute mile deal breaker.
That's not true.
Bro, that's me.
That's not it.
I'm probably 9.
I'm on the hot
What
seat. The seat feels very hot.
What
right
excites you about possibly finding the love of your life?
now. Love. What excites me about finding a companion, finding one to share life with, finding somebody that you can open up to, who understands you, and is a de-stressor in a very stressful life.
Ooh, that's good. Tell us something we wouldn't know just
That's
by
the
looking.
truth.
Tell us something we wouldn't know just by looking at you.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Pretty athletic.
I was a D1 athlete.
How would no? What would they know about me that you wouldn't know by just looking at me?
Yeah.
I
I'm
think that I'm a
Iranian.
No, I wouldn't say Persian. I would say
I'm from Iran.
very kind individual,
Hmm.
thoughtful. No,
So maybe you could say like I have
Generous?
I
What
come,
is
I
the
come
word?
off.
I don't know
I
what the
come
word
off a
is.
certain way, but I'm very like kind or something like that. Maybe you could say.
yeah, I
Yeah.
might be.
I come off as cocky, but really, I am caring.
I come off as cocky, but really I'm very self-conscious.
Which is
That's not the truth. That is not the truth.
What about this experiment appeals to you the most, and why? What about being in the
F
pods?
and B's.
Because what appeals to me about this experiment is because I want to determine not an answer. I want to prove if the theory is true or not. I don't know.
Oh, one thing you wouldn't know by looking at you, he's won a bunch of Barstool contests.
I won pizza for a
Sarah,
year.
that's a
I won pizza
miss
for a
you,
year.
Sarah.
I also shared the pizza for the year that I won with a lot of people.
Brad the
Oh,
dad.
I didn't.
I had some.
Brad
Yeah,
the
I
dad
said it
does
was
not
open.
want a daughter-in-law with the patch, so that's out too.
Okay, no patch.
Hashtag no patch.
Gotta live with it. What other questions are there?
Nothing as juicy as what we've.
Are you
covered.
currently vaccinated?
Yes,
Ooh.
I am.
Yeah, no, I think we've. Hold on, I scrolled too far. Let's throw another. Let's do like another one or two. Let's see.
So, do we fill these answers out as a group?
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
we should get together and come up with
And
the best
honestly,
answers?
I think
So you want to
probably-
take this serious?
And probably the best.
I
idea,
guarantee. I almost guarantee I get a Skype meeting with these people.
Potentially,
I know I
think
will.
one of the best ideas too is not just having 3 dudes do it, but having
girl
Tita,
involved.
Joyce, having a female perspective.
Gabby.
Gabby got the inside
She was on
track.
the show.
Yeah, but that's different.
She knows the producers.
Yeah.
Gabby said to prove to myself I'm not superficial.
Ooh.
That's an interesting-
That's a nice take.
That it. See, that's why we ask women.
That's
For
a good
advice.
take. That's a good.
What's
take.
something you'd be hesitant to share in the pods? Well, I guess you could.
Nothing. I don't think I'd be hesitant to share anything.
That's a good answer,
Do
actually.
you think though?
I wouldn't be hesitant.
know that
What would
I'm
you
on
think I'd be
camera.
hesitant?
I'm not. I
We're
don't
on
know.
camera right now.
I know, but I'm
They
speaking
want something?
hypothetically. Yes, because a lot of the people are like, "Oh, I have a brother that died, or I have XYZ, or whatever." I'm not saying you have anything like that. I don't really have anything like that either. But it's like, it's interesting because
Oh, I got plenty.
It's like having
past.
I have a dark past, brother.
like trying to think of like you're trying to be as authentic
Gabby said she
as
wasn't-
you can with the person, but I would always have it in the back of my mind that this is a show.
No, this here I have it. I once seriously
Right, but
I
if
once,
you think of it as an experiment, then that takes that all out of play because you're going through the experience. You see it as science. It opens you up, and you're
experiment
Right.
and experience.
no, this is what you should say.
Yes,
you should
both.
say what you'd be hesitant to share. I once seriously considered going to Turkey for hair plug
No, that's
surgery. Just kidding.
What did Gabby say?
Gabby said I was not on the show. Stop spreading rumors.
She was on the show.
Really?
She was.
You
yeah.
saw her?
She wasn't. She
Yes.
wasn't a participant on the show.
But she was.
But she was an
One of-
extra.
yeah. No,
she
or-
was
yeah.
a bridesmaid of one of the girls who was on the show.
Okay.
So she was on the show.
Are you sure?
But if she was,
Yes.
if she doesn't want to be on the show, she also wasn't on the show.
Wouldn't
You
it
don't
be
look
funny
into
if
it.
she gets to be your friend again and it's
No.
another contestant in another city?
That would require me to invite her.
Ooh.
Yeah, they only. It's
I'm
like
kidding,
family,
but
though.
seriously, you're not
They-
invited.
No, they don't. They
We're acting
have
like I'm on
20
this
people.
show. I also think they're gonna look at the Instagram account. I think they want people with like a few thousand followers and stuff. You know,
Maybe.
like someone with the
But
following.
then the last time we talked about this, your one big hang up, it was
No, some of those.
I
people
wouldn't
are
take it
fans.
seriously.
No, not that. It was the editing. You don't want to get screwed
Oh,
over in the editing.
Absolutely. Could that happen? Could I be the guy that gets on there and I may have the one line, they never have anything else of my pod interactions? I could be that guy. It's their choice. Unless I get engaged, then it wouldn't be their choice.
No, you're more charismatic than that,
and-
dude. Come
and
on. You're not
specifically-
gonna
But
be like
am I
one
gonna
time
feel-
I had a
Am I
nosebleed
gonna-
and I bled all over her face.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I would talk to them and try to figure out who they
Gabby
are.
said they don't care
I
about
would
followers.
I would go through.
Good to know.
Gabby,
Gabby
says
would
what?
be a groomsman and they don't care about followers.
You were a
I
bridesmaid.
would. How does she know that they don't care about followers?
I don't think they do,
because
'cause
her
look-
friend was on the show.
I thought she wasn't on the show. Now she was.
Her
She
friend
just said.
her friend.
It's like she doesn't know about the show, and then she does know about the
Okay,
show.
she
So
knows
which
about-
one is
so
it?
she
I
Pick
think
knows
one.
about the
we're
show.
all in agreement. We need to do this.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that now.
We got any issues?
No, we're not going to do it right now.
We got an issue?
This is 78 questions, Will.
Yeah, we
So,
are. Let's
you
get
saved
a
it
head
as a
start.
draft.
Doing it now.
Let's get a head start.
And actually, we need.
I have
women.
a Neil's got issues,
Okay,
but
so
it's
that's-
not really. It's not really personal. It's more of like what's
All right.
going on in the world.
Neil's got
Oh,
issues.
That's what I was gonna talk
Yeah.
about. Okay.
What?
Well, it's too late now.
Talking
Say
over
it.
the musical.
The what?
the
I know.
music
I'm
drop.
sorry about that. Just real quick, the whole BRIC. Do you guys know what BRIC is? Brazil, Russia,
Oh.
India, China.
Oh my God.
And
Just
then-
more China fear mongering.
Well, I don't know if it really
No, they're
is.
creating their own currency.
There's
It's like the
yeah,
euro.
Exactly. They're creating their own currency, and
Should
then
do well.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
I
That
guess
should do
like
well.
Can't wait to buy that.
Yeah, that'll do well.
Iran and Saudi are now talking about not backing their oil.
Is that true though,
In-
or did just the video say that?
No, because I
Not
brought it up
backing
to
their
my
oil.
No,
It's
not.
not.
They're
Getting,
talking
the
about.
currency is not going to be in U.S. dollars. It's going to
Right.
be something else.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, Will.
Okay.
You know, Saudi Arabia. You think they're gonna go against the U.S. like that?
All right.
Dude, the U.S. found oil in Saudi Arabia. It was U.S. company. You realize how deeply embedded they are into that whole.
For sure.
Anyway,
It's all about.
Anyways,
it's
what's the
all.
thing?
It's
Talk
a lot
about
of talk and no walk.
it's just people are afraid of China. Anytime China does anything,
that
people
brings
are
us
like,
to the
oh my God.
who invited Will. I mean, Neil's got issues question.
All right, Neil's got issues. Yeah,
No, you got to mean it,
Neil's got it.
Jay.
Neil's got Neil's got issues. Yeah.
All
Why
right.
can't you just let me harmonize with you, brother?
We did.
No.
Hello,
You didn't
boys,
let me.
boys. I have a geopolitical question for you.
Oh.
China.
Due to Russia's invasion,
Roll the sleeves up.
due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine, is NATO a necessary deterrent to Eastern aggression? As well, if we were to expand this idea of American protectionism, should we stand up to China if they invade Taiwan?
Wait. Can you repeat that? What was
Due
it?
to which one? The second part or the first
second
part?
part.
As well, if we were to expand this idea of American protectionism,
What does that mean?
NATO. Is that basically America's
Okay.
protecting you in NATO? Should we stand up to China if they invade Taiwan?
They're saying like what? We fight them? I don't understand the question.
What?
They're saying
Would we back Taiwan in a conflict?
back how? Like fight China with
Yes,
with
or-
guns and people?
Well,
No.
supply.
So do we
them
just
with
allow?
stuff.
Do we protect Taiwan? Do we protect Taiwan from China?
How? Like in what sense?
They're saying in the same way that we are protecting
other
Ukraine,
countries.
as in
Yeah,
sending
right,
over
right,
military equipment.
Right, exactly.
But
go into it. Is NATO a way of a deterrent effect? For
I honestly
Eastern
don't know
aggression?
enough about the situation, so I'm going to sound dumb if I speak to it too much. I would say that I think a lot of times people can put their hands in other people's cookie jars to, I don't know. There's a lot going on. I don't think it's just about Taiwan. I think there could be a struggle there, power struggle to like us try to.
We didn't get to talk about Jill Biden inviting Iowa and LSU to the White House.
dude, the Bidens
after
are literally.
after one team, you know how the national championship team gets invited to the White House, Will
Yeah.
and Jay.
She was like, I like Caitlin Clark better though.
Yeah, right. So Iowa loses, and she's like, I'm going to invite Iowa anyway, and everyone freaked out about it. One, you know what my take? Why is anybody invited to the White House? Why are they inviting these teams to the White? That is so stupid.
Because it's good PR for the White House.
Yeah,
unless you invite the other team, then it's terrible PR for the White House.
Yeah, and then she had to back off on it. She's like, no, we're not inviting both. We're only inviting LSU. And now LSU doesn't want to go because they were going to invite both teams. Like, it's a disaster. I just don't think
dumb.
that politics should have anything to do with college athletics.
What do you think politics is?
Athletic, yeah, exactly. Also,
do you
athletic.
mean?
It's all about looking good in front of constituents, and
Right.
it's rah. We're for the people, by the
So
people,
it's all
but
fake.
we don't do anything. Yeah,
Well,
that's how
it's- yeah.
or
I
kind
think
of.
they do some. I think they
I
do
mean,
more than
kind
you
of.
think.
Sure, but
Gabby, 16 watching, only 7. I love that Gabby took over the mantle from my dad. Of
17 watching, 8
Shit,
likes.
Is Angel
Should've
Reese
liked-
the chick that
Yeah,
was
Angel Race did
the ring thing?
But the
I
thing
thought
is,
it was
she
was
did
going
it.
like this.
Yeah, no, but then she did this. The thing is, the game was over, and
Yeah.
she kept stalking the girl
after
after the
she
game.
had already
That's
won.
the
That's a
problem.
little much.
It was a little much. Of course, it's way
Don't be a-
over the
don't be a
top.
Because like that's never happened before when someone wins a championship and instead of celebrating with their team,
Okay, that's
they're
a little-
trash talking
It's
to
true.
other people.
No,
That's
it's
a little
so
much.
true.
Okay.
You don't go trash talk the other day after you won and like follow the girl around the court for like 10, 15 seconds. Are you kidding me? Listen, I'm the king of trash
Oh
talking.
my God.
I'm the king of trash
Why is
talking.
everyone in sports so sensitive about everything now? It's a competition.
No,
all right?
but she went way above what she needed to do. She looked
Sure,
really bad.
okay, she looks bad, but, like, it's not
She's
like-
not a role. She's like, oh, I'm a role model
But no, it's like
for all women.
Oh, if this is a man, blah blah blah. Like, come on, you don't have to take it that far. It's just whatever. Who cares? All right, she lost her cool and she wasn't sportsmanlike, and nobody likes a sore winner. Everyone hates a sore winner, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so let's answer the
NATO?
Taiwan, yeah,
Okay,
let's go
NATO.
to the Taiwan question.
Okay.
Angel Reese, if we send her over there, if China goes in and we send Angel Reese there and we
all
say,
dead.
look, it's like we do a Space Jam. We basically say, look, China, you get your best college basketball players. We'll get our best college basketball players. We play one game, and if we win, you have to leave Taiwan. If you win, you get Taiwan.
If we go have ships protect Taiwan right now, does China invade?
No, we can. Okay,
Ooh, Colby had
we
something
can't.
in the chat too.
We can't do. He said
says,
full stop.
Full stop. We're gonna
No.
protect with drones.
No, we can't do that.
We already do that.
We can't. No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
We'll do what America always does. We'll do what America does best. We'll send tons of guns so that the city becomes basically a giant cache of weapons. It becomes, overrun with
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah, basically the city becomes Grand Theft Auto. We'll overrun it with guns, and we'll just keep funding a proxy war because, like, here's the thing. Like, I think this is how America has been everywhere, and this has like been basically the policy, right? Is if our enemies are fighting somebody and we're not actually doing the fighting, then no matter what is happening, we're winning, right? Because if China takes over Taiwan, ultimately, it doesn't really affect America, right? It doesn't. Like, okay, we've just promised that we're not going to let it happen because they're a democracy and blah, 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 blah. But, like, it's not going to affect anyone's day to day, right? So why should we potentially risk starting a war with, like, the second biggest country in the world?
Semiconductors.
We won't. All we'll do is say, great, China's fighting. They're wasting money. They're wasting resources. People are dying. It looks bad. People are going to turn against the Chinese government if they don't look good. So we'll Just flood Taiwan, just like we're doing with Ukraine. We'll just flood them with American weapons, and we'll say, look, we're not going to fight. We'll stay out of it, but they're our buddy. We're business partners, so we'll just keep giving them all of our weapons, and we'll just keep using that as a thorn in China's
But China
side.
will eventually. It's China against Taiwan.
Sure.
It's like the biggest.
But
it's David versus Goliath.
But it's also a way.
Ukraine
It's a
versus
way to
Russia.
just. It's a way
exactly.
to just.
It's
right.
gonna. Russia's eventually gonna win that war.
But it's a way to fuck them over because it's a way to deplete their military. It's a way to, have the public turn against the government because, their children will be dying in the war. And it's also a way to make them look bad
It just
because
seems reactive and not proactive to me.
But that's the problem. I read a really long breakdown of the Ukraine-Russia situation yesterday. And, that's the problem with America's foreign policy. It is very reactive. And, ultimately, I think the problem now that the U.S. is facing is that after all these proxy wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and all the peacekeeping missions and all these other countries, the U.S.'s reputation, it has no credibility in the international stage. Everyone's like, oh, the U.S., the big rich country that just wants everyone else to fight and is going to come fuck up your country and not actually help. Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. We didn't help those countries become more stable.
We helped us get rich off of oil.
Well, no, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I don't think.
Kind of.
I don't think the Iraq War
That's a
made
big
us
deeper
rich
than-
off of oil, right?
No,
It
but we
didn't
probably got our
really-
foot. We probably got a
It made
we got a
Dick-
place at the table.
it made Dick Cheney rich because he was able to use
Halliburton.
Halliburton trucks for the ambulances and Halliburton this and
we
Halliburton
lost
that.
a like because we're talking war now.
Well, whatever. So anyway, my point is, I think it would just become another proxy situation where the U.S. would in public be like, "This is an outrage. This is unconscionable." But there's certain countries that can't fight each other, and any country with nuclear weapons cannot fight another country with nuclear weapons, and that so far,
They can
since 1945, that has been the paradigm of international relations. The only situation that might potentially break that is if Russia uses tactical nuclear weapons against Ukraine. But if they do that, every
If
country in
Russia-
the world would
if
actually.
Russia,
That'd be
if a
insane.
Russian missile hits Poland somehow, it's over.
Why Poland?
They're NATO.
Yeah,
But you don't think if they actually nuked Ukraine, that would be absolutely
China would have to.
insane.
China would
Oh,
have
if they
to.
nuke Ukraine, sure.
That's what he said.
But there's a
But
possibility.
I'm
that
talking
Putin,
if you hit a NATO country, you're over.
if they directly attack Poland, yes.
If they accidentally,
But they're not going to do that. They're going to stick around in Belarus.
If they accidentally
and,
hit
you know,
Poland, though, also
even accidentally, that it wouldn't. It would.
Oh,
There
it
would be a
Oh, it would.
There would be a
I
strong
don't
condemnation, but
So the problem, if the United States went to war with Russia, you just think nuclear warfare, the world, end of
China,
the
you
world.
mean.
there's no
Russia too.
there's no way that those countries go to direct war like that. I mean, that is 100 steps away. We're 4 steps into the Ukraine war. That's 100 steps later. You know what I mean? Things have to get. There just doesn't make any sense.
There'd have to be
Because
more balloons.
The first country that actually uses nuclear weapons
I don't get it.
will just everyone in the world will just turn on them and destroy them. That's essentially what would happen.
Yeah.
The moment Russia fires the missile, there will be 10 missiles going for Moscow, and they'll be like, I guess we just got to erase Russia now because they're too violent.
That'd be insane.
Well, that's they call it nuclear détente. That's the paradigm that nuclear weapons have created, where if anyone uses it again, I mean, it's kind of funny. The U.S. is like, okay, we use them, but now no one else is ever allowed to. Well, first it was no one has them, so now we're clearly the top dog.
I wonder
in the
how
world.
many-
And then when other countries got
How
them,
many
they're like, but
how
if
many
you do
countries
it,
have nuclear weapons? China, Russia,
a lot,
United
a lot,
States,
Pakistan,
That's a good
Iran,
question, though.
Pakistan, India.
Pakistan, India,
A
Iran,
lot. Israel,
Israel for
a
sure.
lot. A lot,
Colby
a
had
lot,
a couple
lot.
funny
Did you
comments,
see
and
some
Sarah
Israel
has
stuff
been
on
funny.
Palestine where they're praying at Ramadan temple? Not Ramadan,
At the where?
at the temple, and the Israeli police officers are just beating the shit out of Palestinians.
Yeah, every Ramadan that fucking
it's
happens.
horrible.
Pretty sad.
Pathetic.
Colby,
But anyway,
so that
we're ending on a sad. Can we
Sin-
end on something
Wait,
happy?
do some chat recap.
the
from
send,
this.
yeah, the send a balloon. That's what I was saying because Colby also said that. It was funny because it's all the balloons that were floating over.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so she's in.
Someone who can be a mother for your kids.
Oh yeah, that's what I saw Brad say
That's
that
a
earlier.
That's a great line as well. That's a great
line.
That's a true thing.
Sarah also.
I want to
had-
have a family. I'd like to be a dad. I'm almost like a dad without having kids already.
So, Russia-
I feel like a dad.
You got a dad bod?
Russia.
Nah, do I?
No, I don't know.
Do I?
Neil, Russia, the U.S., Russia, the U.S.,
Russia, and the
Russia,
US,
U.S., China, France, U.K., Pakistan, India, Israel, North Korea,
and Iran for sure.
and Iran. Let's
They
say.
won't say it.
But there's also a bunch of countries in NATO that are hosting U.S. nuclear weapons.
Okay.
So we also, I guess,
Huh.
gave everyone.
Sarah
Saudi
has,
doesn't have nuclear weapons. My ass.
No,
For
no
sure.
way.
Oh, yeah,
North
they will.
Korea has nuclear weapons.
They have like one
Come on.
that they made in their
Yeah.
like
It
bathtub.
can't fly.
They made it in the bathtub.
They have a Nerf gun, dude.
Yeah,
Get the fuck
exactly.
outta here. All right, should we call it?
Yeah, but real quick, just want to
Been
shout out
almost 2
Sarah.
hours.
She's been saying some funny stuff. The only other thing she was saying that I thought was funny here at the end was she said that Neil, because she said you agreeing with Portnoy about the woman.
The teams?
Yeah, yeah. She says, you don't have to side with him, Neil. You're still got a fair shot at those prizes.
The promotion?
Yeah, you'll still.
Uh,
you'll
I'm not signing with it. I didn't know that was his take. That's
everyone.
my take, though.
I honestly think
It's
like
a joke.
being-
I'm a competitor my whole life. That is pathetic. The
Being
way,
a non-
I've never seen anybody act
being
like
a
that.
non-sports fan, I feel like I have such better takes than sports fans. Like, because
You're
I
a
don't.
sports fan.
Yeah, but I'm not like I'm not really a fan. Like
Yes, you
I
are.
enjoy the games, but I don't
Yes,
know.
you are.
I don't follow like the drama, except for like UFC or boxing or something like combat sports. But like
It just means
I don't-
what you're interested in, though.
no, but what I'm saying is like everyone who's a sports fan gets all riled up over like little things all the time like this.
Yeah.
And as a pretty casual sports fan, I'm always just like, who cares? But because they're so invested
Yeah.
in it,
You know what
these
the-
little like incidents just become like a whole media
You know what the
cycle of like.
cringiest to me, the cringiest thing out there is adults who are like huge NFL fans. Like you're like worshiping other adults. Like it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
for
At
me-
least these college kids are typically playing
I
for
don't know.
pride.
They're kids,
and
though.
yeah, but that makes it more fun and stuff. The worshiping adults, like I'm an adult who's gonna go worship the Houston Texans.
Or they get the
Barf,
tattoos.
dude.
They get the tattoos.
Oh,
no, this is
it's
honestly
disgusting.
the worst for
Oh.
me.
I don't
is
NFL.
So
I
cringy.
don't like the
NFL
NFL.
is so
Any sports.
boring.
I don't like
any
the
sports
NFL.
when you have a tattoo, I think is insane. The other one that really,
It's
really
tribalism,
grinds
though.
my
It's
gears.
tribalism.
Okay,
What
fair
grinds
enough.
your gears?
When people say "we,"
Oh, I say it all the time.
oh,
We.
About the team.
Yeah, if it's like the Raging Cajuns, like we.
Okay, but you
Won.
played.
We needed
at
to
least
play
you
better
played college
defense.
But I didn't play the college football team. I played on the tennis team.
instead of they. What would you say? They.
yeah,
They needed to play.
the team.
You
You're
say
not
it about the
playing. Team,
Broncos. You're like, oh, we.
I've never said that
Oh, a
once
lot.
about
you say it
the
all the
Broncos.
time. I've had to correct you so many times.
Yeah.
Like, you
yeah.
didn't
We
now
play.
you know how it feels when somebody doesn't believe that you said Jill instead of Joe.
You said Joe.
I did not.
Let's end there.
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
good.
All right.
All right.
Thanks,
let's,
everyone, for tuning in.
Let's wait.
It was a longin.
It was a long.
That was a good one, though. I knew we were going to bring the heat today because when we take a few weeks break, we come back with on fire.
Whenever
Yeah.
we're powered up with full Neil,
Oh, shoot.
No.
we shoot on different levels.
No. But
Power 5,000.
Okay, there we go. Why is it so quiet? Anyway,
all right, Love is Blind. Or is it?
So are we gonna fill out the application
We're
now?
definitely going to. Not now. I
No,
gotta
we
go.
got to do it.
Eventually. Soon.
My friend
By the end of the
married a
week.
gal with a big Philadelphia Eagle tramp stamp. They're divorced now. Sarah, I miss
Let's
you.
end on that. We end on that.
All
Let's
right,
end on
y'all.
that.
You know what's up.
Sounds like a
the
dirty
Who
bird.
Invited
type
Will
of-
Will
podcast.
subscribe. We're close to 100 subscribers. We're like 3 away. If you're not subscribed, just do it. Come on.
16 likes.
Help us.
and 7 watching. We love you guys, and we'll be back next week. We here next week?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Y'all here?
Hey, we'll see y'all
Bring
next
the
week.
heat.
You know what it is.
Get the TV working.
Bye.
Bye.